Okay, hey guys, sorry for being late. Some doofus is sitting there spraying water outside my freaking window, idiot. And the window's open, like all the way. And he's literally, idiot, spraying water all the way up right through the room. Freaking idiot. So I had to quickly close that too. Oh my goodness. Seriously. Brain cells, duh, on that one. Because we live in an apartment complex, yeah. So I guess it must be window washing day or something like that. Anyways, you guys, welcome to the live. I would have done one sooner when the article actually came out, but husband didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. this morning. So just when I was about to ask him if I can do a live, he's coming to bed. So I was just like, it is what it is. Anyways, you guys, as you guys know, there's another article out by the Globe and Mail, which we're going to be going through in just a minute. But of course, before we get started, welcome again to the live. Hit that like and the share for Jack and Lily. This is one of the posters that, as well as on the Facebook page, which I'll show that as well. Maybe I'll grab that right now. Actually, there's some really cute coloring PDFs as well, for the kids to do, or adult, one of the two, either or. So I'll drop that link for that's for the Facebook group for Find Jack and Lily. Anyways, sorry I'm running late. So hot. It's 29 degrees. I don't know how long I work. Yes, you absolutely. Yes, I know. Trust me. It's like when you have a fan in your room and it's what's it? It's commercial fan and it still acts like it's a feather blowing at you. Hi Grenell, how are you? Hi Nova, how are you on there? Do. Hey Nova, if you want to hop up here with me, feel free. It's been a minute. Let me know if you do or not, and I'll send you off the link. Hi Tiffany. Hi Robin. Angela. Sorry, my bad. Hi, yes, ma'am. How are you? As you guys know too, I released all of my block lists, but that doesn't stop me because I already got 4 people on there already because they're just jerks. And I'm just still not going to put up with that, right? But I did unblock like my whole list and stuff like that. But again, if you can't be responsible in this chat, and you want to be rude and ignorant, I'm still going to block. I just started my list all over again. That's the only difference. Thank you, Senator Tremaine, for keeping light and shining in the investigation to find Lily and Jack. I pray for their safe return, answers, and justice for these precious kids. And Kent. And everybody. Thank you so much. Anyways, you guys. Hi, T. Marie. How are you? Betty Knight. Kim Mitchell's in the house. Christine. Hi, Johnny. How are you? Hey, Mella. Misty Moonlight. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Skullfield. Hi, Susu. Susu, I called you. Karen B, number 46. Hi, Native Girl. How are you? Carol's in the house. Hi, Roxy. Sunny, I think Belynda should request that the RCMP request official help from the FBI BAU Behavioral Analyst Unit. They consulted and taught a course with Canada and UK plenty of times in the past. Yeah. Well, I know that between the Globe and Mail, Belynda and family and that, again, there really should be answers to what was going on here for sure with CPS. And but anyways, we'll get into that article in just a moment. Okay, guys? Even asked them to reach out. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating already. Analyst recording. I gotta if you see me put my hand out, it's because my hand's touching my fan. I just need something to cool me down on there. Recordings, lie detector examinations. Hi, Double Val. Hi, support with Steffa. I desert you guys in a second, especially right now for freaking an ice cream cone, probably on there. I'm sorry, I'm just scrolling. Oh, there's Kent. Hi, Ken. I think he said something about dinner eating, something like that. Hi, Grey Wolf. Canadian Crime Queen. Lou, Justice, Jane, how are you? Root Strength. Again, welcome you guys. I'm going to quickly show you a partial little video as well, just with some new pictures that Belynda shared with me as well. Just some more gorgeous little pictures of Lily and Jack. Hi, Citizen Sleuth. Mama. Thanks, Darlene, for becoming a member. Newcastle in the UK, welcome. Well, you're not Newcastle. You're Mama 25 on there. Oh, you're not at home right now. Okay, just if you're out there, thought I'd ask. We have to do a live soon together, right? Hi, AI Henry. Oh my goodness, seriously, it is hot. Don't know how long I'm gonna last on this, to be honest with you. Wow, stick my face in my fan for a few, I guess. It's just really hot. Like it on the computer, it's like heat warning, heat warning. Okay, so before we good hi Belynda. Now this was just a quick put together um of a, kind of like a sample of remember I said that the new song by Russell McDonald that I'll use with all your guys's rocks and different things. Belynda sent me some new pictures. And again, right, we got to remember that this is about two children. I know I had an AC unit. There's one in the living room over there, but the one that was in the bedroom bit the dust, and that was a really good AC unit, you know. But those things are like $1,000, eh? And so it's kind of like, eh. Got like 3 fans in the room. Does that matter? Anyway, so yeah, I bit the dust a couple months back after having it for about 5 or 6 years. Hang some ice in front of your fan. Yeah. Well, me and my husband, the tent today was we were going to go to the ocean, down over to the White Rock part of the ocean. And my husband, because he didn't go to sleep till 4 a.m., I said, well, can we go to the ocean tomorrow? And today we'll go to the Derby Reach. So that's what I think we'll do later. Go to Derby Reach. It's a nice little lake, you know, little park thing in a sense. Just get out, get some fresh air out there. Anyways, again, we're just looking for answers for Jack and Lily. I got an industrial fan. Acts like it doesn't barely blow a feather. Hi, Chelsea. How are you? Okay, so let me quickly do that. Okay, guys. So again, thank you guys for joining us today. Obviously, you can see Belynda's in the house, Chelsea Gray's in the house, and of course, to all family members that truly want answers for Jack and Lily. Again, for anyone that sees this, thank you, thank you. And because there are a lot of people out there that do want answers that might not speak up and stuff like that, but they're just kind of, well, let me put it this way. It is really hard for people to speak up sometimes when a family member is part of their, you know, kind of like the inquest here, or what happened to Jack and Lily, right? Maybe some of them want to, but then you feel like you're being a traitor to your family and stuff like that. So, you know, I get that as well. At the end of the day, to me, it's still about 2 children, regardless. And, well, answers for Jack and Lily, simple as that. So I'm just going to play a quick video, okay, guys? It's part of the new song, and I just wanted to throw up some new pictures of, Jack and Lily that Belynda shared when they were younger. Oh, you guys, okay? When you guys see the unicorn outfit, just saying. Let me check my email. I'm in the middle of a live stream, people. Yeah. I'm in the middle of a freaking live stream on there. I don't know why people keep sending me this picture of the swing set on this one. I only have one question about that swing set, and I've already put it out there to ask. There were swings there. I mean, there's clear on pictures from literally that second day, I believe it was on there. But anyways, I appreciate them, but why do people keep sending me the swing set as if there's no swings or something on there? I mean, let's see, what does your thing say? Picture allegedly taken. How were the kids playing by the swings? Oh yeah, you guys are talking about, that's the question I put out there, by the way, P or G. It's, you talking about the wood pile that's there. Yeah. But I've already put that question out there because two things, I mean, I guess, I don't know. So anyways, let me just quickly play this video, guys, okay? It's got some new pictures in it, and Belynda shared them with me, and I'm going to share them with you. And for anyone that has a guilty conscience out there, you know, family members or anything that really want answers for Jack and Lily, you know, I hope you guys are speaking out, speaking up. If you know something, say something, absolutely. And video file. So again, this is just a short version, just something I quickly put together for now, just to give you an idea. So is there Rachel McDonald's new song for Jack and Lily?
In the woods where shadows lay, Jack and Lily went to play. On a rainy May afternoon, now we whisper hold soft too. Echoes of laughter fill the air, but where are they? We stand in prayer. Oh, Jack and Lily, where have you gone? We'll hold on tight through this endless dawn. In our hearts forever you'll stay. With every prayer we send your way. Hundreds gathered hearts so strong.
Okay, so like I said, I just put that together rather quickly for Jack and Lily, the new pictures. I want to go back to that one. Hold on. And then there's some those beautiful rocks as well. See these beautiful rocks that were done? Isn't that nice? That's so cool. Here's that picture. There's those rocks as well by Marie Antoinette. I'm trying to find it. It's right. Like, look at that. Okay. Come on now. Look at that little unicorn outfit. And then the picture where she's sleeping with the unicorn. I mean, goodness. On there. So, again, these beautiful babies, beautiful children, Jack and Lily, they need answers. Simple as that. Okay, so we're going to go to the article. The article's not too long, but we'll go to that. Share screen. Okay, I'll just make it bigger, take myself off. So as you guys know, the grandmother, Belynda Gray, of Jack and Lily Sullivan, calls for public inquiry into the children's disappearance. Is this the same one I'm showing? I think so. Make sure it is. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it says the grandmother of Jack and Lily Sullivan, two Nova Scotia children who have been missing since May, is calling for a public inquiry into their disappearance. Belynda Gray, the children's paternal grandmother, says that the Child Protection Service needs to lift the veil of secrecy around how the provincial government responded to concerns about the home life of Jack 4 and Lily 6. She also says that the RCMP need to explain how they handled the early stages of their investigation. Mrs. Gray, who had limited contact with the children after their mother split up with her son, is concerned that there may have been warning signs that were overlooked before they went missing. The Globe and Mail has previously reported that a child protection worker visited the children's home in Lansdowne, Nova Scotia, in the months before their disappearance, after concerns were raised by someone at their school. But the findings of that investigation are shielded by privacy laws. I think the public has a right to know, Miss Gray said in an interview. Just what did CPS do? What part were they investigating? What were their concerns and what were they doing? They might even have answers for the investigation on what happened to them or why it may have happened or what might have happened to them. Or why it might have happened to them. If I read that wrong. The children's stepfather, Daniel Martell, told the Globe in interviews in May that the child protection workers' visit was sparked by concerns about their learning disabilities, not their well-being. Last week, the Globe published a story in which Mr. Martell said a bruise on Jack's face seen in a widely circulated photo was caused by his sister. He did not respond to questions about another photo of Jack with a black eye on the class trip dated December 13th, 2024, that was posted on his elementary school's Facebook page. The children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, split from Mr. Martell soon after the kids' disappearance and has declined to comment. The RCMP have acknowledged investigations like this take a long time and can be difficult for families seeking answers, and said that they have committed significant resources to solving the case. The Mounties have consistently said that they have not uncovered any evidence that the children were abducted and stand by a decision not to issue an Amber Alert when the children first went missing. Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon from the RCMP's Major Crime and Behavioral Sciences Unit said the investigation remains very active and intense, and any information that could help police in being meticulously scrutinized, prioritized, and action to ensure nothing is missed. We are continuing to engage every resource available to help locate Lily and Jack and determine the circumstances of their disappearance, he said. Documents released by the Globe through Freedom of Information requests show that on May 2nd, the same day the children were reported missing, a manager in Nova Scotia's Child Protection Department wrote an internal memo about the kids for senior government bureaucrats. That document was shared all the way up to the Deputy Minister for Community Services, Craig Beaton, the record shows. More than 2 weeks later, on May 20th, the same manager produced another longer memo about the children that was also shared with her bosses. The contents of those memos are entirely redacted for privacy reasons. Of course, that's Belynda holding up a photo of her grandbabies, Jackie Bowie and Lily, on their first day of school. Scott Armstrong, the minister responsible for child protection in Nova Scotia, said he reviewed the children's file, but that it would be inappropriate for the department to comment on a continuing police investigation. This situation continues to weigh heavily on the minds of all Nova Scotians, particularly those in Pictou County. We are all looking forward to a resolution for this family and community, Carly Smith, a spokesperson in his office, said in an email. Mr. Armstrong has acknowledged that there are shortcomings in Nova Scotia's child protection system. In July, he hosted a meeting of other Atlantic regions minister and addressed challenges around recruiting social workers into the child protection system, particularly in rural areas. He also previously told the Globe he's committed to creating an office of a child and youth advocate, which would act as a watchdog on the child welfare system and be a voice for children and youth, and taking steps to reduce the workload of the children's welfare employees. Mrs. Smith said that the issue of attracting and retaining social workers is not unique to Nova Scotia, adding that the province has increased wages for child protection social workers and hired more administration staff to ease demands on the system. Mrs. Gray, the grandmother, said political commitments for change alone are not good enough. She called for more transparency in how the child welfare system dealt with her grandchildren. including what prompted some of their school to contact Child Protection Services in the first place. I'd like to know what the school has stated. Was it just some bruises they saw on Jack? Are there other things? Is there anything concerning Lily? I would like to know, Miss Gray said. Miss Gray is among those who are frustrated. It took Mounties weeks to follow up on some tips and arrange formal interviews with people who knew the children. Jack and Lily's maternal grandfather, Henry Brooks, said in late May the RCMP had yet to reach out to him for an interview. Miss Brooks says Mr. Brooks says he also has questions about what was happening inside the children's home and that his daughter has been trying to leave Mr. Martell for months before the kids disappeared. Like others, he just wants to know what happened. It's been eating me up. I'm wondering where the hell they are, he said. I hope we get some answers soon. So that was the article that was put out again today. So thank you again, you guys. The fight for Jack and Lily, for transparency, for answers. I'm personally, and this is between like a lot of other countries too, I personally get fed up with it was would have, could have, should have, didn't. You would have, could have, should have protected the children, but you didn't, right? So I'm sure that this case is probably going to show lots of signs where they could have taken action for Jack and Lily's sake. But again, transparency is needed. Unfortunately, here in Canada, the laws are a lot stricter than, say, over in the USA and stuff like that. We know that there's a custody battle going on for Meadow that will be happening in September as well. But you know what? Meadow's fine. Meadow's alive. We don't know about Jack and Lily. We don't know if they're alive, if they're dead. Chances are it's not going to be a good outcome in this game. But at the end of the day, answers are needed for Jack and Lily, and that's what our fight is for. Florida, not post them at this time. I'm not sure what Belynda you guys are talking about there. I thought the behavior analyst was American, or the one that administered the polygraph test. Read that somewhere. I'm not sure, to be honest, on all that. I can't actually tell you. Maybe somebody else can. Parents get to write their own narrative, essentially silencing Jack and Lily, all due to privacy. Absolutely. Yes, I just sent you a pic of Lily and Jack, with Lily having big bruises on her left leg. Oh, right here. Let's see. I know that picture, obviously. But I'm not going to put that one out. I'm not going to show that one until I take a better look at that. Because honestly, if I look at the leg right now, that just could be shadowing from that. Like you could see almost the same shadowing that's happening on her leg. A lot of people, and I'm sorry, but thank you for the picture. But a lot of people confuse shadowing of objects. Like we've seen this in Sebastian's case and stuff like that, where they're trying to act like there's bruises on his neck, but it's really shadowing. And instantly when I look at that one looks like shadowing off the white thing that's right beside her leg. So I would surely have to look at that picture before I put that out. I don't want to be showing things if I'm not sure of the accuracy of that picture, to be honest with you, on there. But bottom line, I think we know that that the children, based on the article that just come out, it was very telling about what the children were living in. The atrocity of the whole backyard, which was a children's death trap there. There's nothing good that we're hearing so much about the children's living circumstances, about getting clothes from the school and stuff like that. And I don't know, it breaks my heart because I wish I could adopt every freaking ass child out there that deserves to be properly loved and cared for, And I'm not saying that some people, It's really like, honestly, what we think and what they think can be two different things. They might think that the children are that we're living this amazingly good life, and maybe to the children they felt in their own world it was, which we know, um, based on everything that it wasn't, right? It's not how children should be cared for, taken care of, and stuff like that. You know, I'm just gonna see. Can the amazing investigator who got Russell Williams? Oh, yeah, that one, that guy in the United States, or not the United States. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, freaking Canada on that one, right? Yeah, the interrogation. So many children fall through the cracks. Yes, they need to change when a child goes missing. I absolutely agree. I am so sick and tired of watching these cases that children are missing, like Sebastian Rogers. And then when it's time to go back because the morons couldn't deem it. I'm so sorry, but that's to me, that's just inadequate to what these children. We know that most cases of that, especially younger children, that they go missing at the hands of the parents or someone close to them. Why on earth they let people walk around still for days on end, going in and out, ruining any sort of what could be potentially a crime scene? I don't get it. I don't get it. Because children, especially children, deserve absolutely to be protected. But in a case when they go missing, right? All these, you start off with the fact that you think of it like a crime scene, right? And then you downgrade it. Okay, now that we have all this, but Sebastian Rogers case, a clear example of incompetence, a clear example of a child that goes missing and people are going in and out of that house. And then next thing you know, it's all contaminated. Can't use evidence if it's all contaminated, can you? I don't get this. Two children go missing. I'm sorry. That home is sketchy enough just looking at it. So, yeah, would I be cherry picking on that home for sure? Absolutely. Meaning all signs of that home to me would definitely equate to get the fuck over here and we're sealing off this property. And then, you get their stories, you get that. I don't get it. I don't. I think it's a great injustice to children myself. A friend of mine, or that I know, I should say more an acquaintance, Jennifer Coffendaffer, retired ex FBI agent. Same thing came out of her mouth. I didn't even say it. I just heard her say the same thing. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Whenever a child goes missing, regardless, right? It should be everyone out of here. And then you just downgrade it. And it might be downgraded within 10 minutes, right? Now, thank you guys for helping. Please hit the like and the share for Jack and Lily again, right? Again, it's the pressure, right? Regardless, right? You put on the pressure, put on the pressure, put on the pressure. Sorry, I'm probably way behind. Hi, Joseph. How are you? I used a little piece of your video with the Martell one, that Tint had, by the way. So that, Joseph, I seen that video when it first came out, and a lot of people were looking for it, and I just happened to click on your video, and then all of a sudden I seen the Earl Martell. So I did say to Tint, hey Tint, is it okay if I play part of this video? Because I know he took it down off of his TikTok or whatever. Right, a lot of people were very interested in seeing that video. Anyways, I know you're covering it. I know there's lots of stuff going on, but the coverage of Jack and Lily and that. But anyway, so played a little clip. So shout out to Joseph Morris. If you don't know who he is, so obviously he lives in Canada as well, covering Jack and Lily's case. There's a lot of weird cases going on right now, to be honest with you, on there. So thank you so much. I'm just going to scroll. You guys, seriously, it is so hot. Just 1 second. I'm sorry. I just need it. I just need it. I feel like, like the Pretty Woman movie, the Woman in Red or whatever it was. I just need it to hit me for a second. It's too hot. It's 30. What's it like over there where you guys all are? But anyways, Hi, Melissa. I just don't understand, right? Especially more so when it comes to the lives of babies and infants and those smaller children. Usually, most times, those cases, right? The older ones are typically runaways, a lot of them, and then they're found for the most part. But when it comes to the infant ones, those are the ones that really need to be protected. And I just don't get that. I just don't get that. I mean, I'm sorry, RCMP, but if I could come like put my foot up your ass right now, I probably would, because I think that that's just so wrong. How that wasn't even deemed as, you get people off. Yeah. Hope they are found. And I know you guys are really doing, a good job and stuff regardless, but I think you've definitely done some fuck ups like anybody, right? That things that you wish you could take back and redo. I think that that's why there hasn't been any charges or anything brought in yet, because I think that, well, I think it's a few things, but I think part of it is, I still think part of it is there's slow movement on certain things that they would have, could have done, but didn't, and probably now regret being some of that. I think, just my opinion. Okay, sorry guys, I know I'm far behind here. 89 degrees. Yeah, talk to me in 89. Talk to me in Celsius. Hi, Norcraft. Start a petition at ourcommons.ca. Oh, is there a different one? AI Henry, thank you. Oh, was he? Was Dolly? Sorry, did Dolly do a live today? Yeah, I don't know. I only had seen. Well, I didn't really actually watch anybody today, to be honest with you. Why aren't the family charged with neglect? Well, again, right? At the end of the day, what? I mean, really, is that just going to be a slap on the wrist? No, we want answers for Jack and Lily. You know, 44. Dang, 42. Oh, you guys, I'm sitting there whining about me. I just watched the degrees go up to 31, and I'm sitting there whining at 31, and you guys are legit at like um 42 and shit. Wow, on there, on there. Oh, I want to show you guys some video footage, if you guys don't mind. So this was a viewer that had sent this to Charmaine, and then of course the person said we could share it, but just maybe to give you a little bit of a bird's eye view. So let's see here. So I'm probably just gonna show this first, if you don't mind. Um, okay, one second. I'm just gonna take myself off the screen. I'll probably. Okay, so just to give you a rough idea again, um, dang, I hope you guys all have a big glass of cold water and an ice cream in your hand, to be honest with you. I don't like it when it's really hot. Yeah. Hey, Melissa. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, is that Kent? I think I heard Kent. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Hello. On there.
You know, it might be cooler if you start doing more lives at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, husband came to bed at 4 a.m. unfortunately, and I said, "Oh, I was just about to do a live. I was just gonna come ask you." And he's just like, "I think the words were fuck that." I think that pretty sure that that's what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, so before I show the little videos or whatever. So what's going on?
Not a whole lot. As I said in the chat, I don't know if you read it or you bypassed it when you were doing
Probably.
the article. I Facebook messaged Michelle Glasgow today.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I vaguely seen that for a second, but go on.
And I politely asked her if she wanted to sign or would like to buy a sign. And she said we already had some made. The family put them up from here to Truro. And I said, posters or signs? Because I'm talking a 2 foot by 2 foot election sign.
Yeah.
And I got a heart on that and no other communication.
What do you feel
So,
about that? To be honest with you.
well, I kind of thought she would at least take a sign. And I was like,
Yeah.
the posters, like, they get ripped down by people, by wind, by getting wet. Like, I know they tried to put a lot of them in the sleeves, like, so that they would last longer when they put them up. But to
Yeah.
just get the response that we had some made up and the family spread them from Truro to Halifax,
Yeah.
that sounds like a politician's response if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, you know. Well, you know what though?
Right?
Good on you for doing that though, regardless, right?
Yeah. But we have 17 signs going out tomorrow between Pictou County through to Halifax. So that's a pretty
Good.
good start. They'll be
You know,
delivered.
yeah. At the end of the day, regardless if the children are alive or not alive, it's still
We
about
still
finding
got to
answers.
find them.
Absolutely. Still got to find them, right?
And then we can find out what happened with what the article was about today. Then we can find out what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never find the kids, whether they do an inquiry or not, I don't think you'll know the
You should.
details that you want to know.
Sorry, Sarah's saying I've already called in sick tomorrow. I shit you not. It's just going to be just as hot. What's the temperature there in Pictou?
32 feel like 36.
Well, I was going to say mine just says 31, but I know it's probably going to be like, feels like something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, on there.
New Brunswick was in Moncton and stuff was supposed to have a feel like a 40 today.
Yeah.
So
I know. Gonna head over to the lake, make a picnic, and go there for dinner or something like that.
I seen on Facebook before I come on that there was a grass fire started in Salmon River, and it started from the power lines arcing, sparks from the power lines. So the draw on the system must have been so large that the power lines was arcing, started a grass fire, and was heading towards the village of Greenfield outside of Truro.
Yeah.
She's dry.
I was gonna say, exactly. I know you said something about October that can go in the woods and stuff like that.
Well, unless we get some rain, but yeah, they
unless you get
put it
some
through to October. Yeah,
yeah. That Jade and Spicer case,
that's
I
for
don't.
all you people that complain that we get too much snow in the wintertime. That's the reason why we're so dry now, is because we're not getting no snow, and therefore it's all melted and ran off and absorbed in the ground by April, and then come July and August we're cooking. So this
Yeah.
winter, I don't want to hear anybody complaining about the amount of snow. I'll take 10 centimeters every day if we get it. But I don't want no 4-foot snowstorms either.
I was gonna say we don't really get snow down in the Vancouver area too often. Maybe a day or two at best, maybe 2 times in the year. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
you
really get
guys
it.
wouldn't know what to do if you had to drive in our weather.
Well, I do because I lived in Alberta half my life. Trust me, I don't miss the snow. Snow can suck it on there.
For
Hi,
us guys
Osprey.
that push it and plow it, we like it.
Exactly. So, what do you think about their this new article that came out on there?
Well,
Obviously,
I knew it. I knew it was going to happen
yeah.
at some time, at some point in the other, just because of the CPS involvement, and the privacy around CPS is so tight
I know.
that when stuff like this happens, like everybody is asking now, well, like, were there signs? Were there multiple visits? Were there like when the school made the report in December? Like, did they said that they made a visit to the home? So, and they said that Lily caused it. So, but what was the follow up on that? Did they, like somebody said before, the parents get to give the narrative of what happened, but there's no follow up to make sure and investigate that
Mm.
that is what happened.
Do you personally believe that Lily and Jack were kept home because of the black guy Wednesday night? Because I know
Um,
we haven't been able to confirm it with Patty, but
yeah, well, I like in Malaya's statements to Belynda when she talked the first time, it makes you think that that might have been why she was keeping them home. Because she
mm,
said that she was trying to protect the kids from CPS.
right,
So if Lily get up Thursday morning from being at Patty's Wednesday night when they were doing laundry and had a black eye, I can see Malay say, well, holy frig, if I send Lily to school with a black eye now, I'm going to get another visit from CPS. Other than
oh
that,
yeah, absolutely,
why would there be any way to protect or any reason to protect the kids from CPS? So it
right.
makes you think, was that the reason why she was keeping them home?
Hmm. Oh, I believe so. I mean,
Right?
that's my
Rather than a cough. Like the cough is a very easy um excuse,
hmm
because at that time the whooping cough was going around, and they said if your kid has a cough or any other kids in the house, keep them all home for a day or two till the cough stops. So
yeah,
like that was an easy cover, but was the real reason. But like I say, I would like to know, and I had asked a couple people to try to confirm that with Patty of what happened.
right.
And but those people are sort of, their communications with Patty are being cut off. And
Yeah,
I question that, because
of
if they're
course.
trying to cut the communications of people with Patty off, and yes, I know that she's had some health issues, but that makes me go back to the day that Malaya left and Patty had made the statement that she was staying at the trailer until her, well, she called them grandkids, but they would be her great grandkids, until the kids were found. But Cindy had called her, and as if Cindy was the mother, and said, we left there, you're leaving there, I'm sending someone to get you. And then she sent Haley and her boyfriend back to pick Patty up. Well, if Patty wanted to stay at the trailer, why was it so demanding for Cindy to get Patty out of there?
Right.
I understand a daughter with her mother, and if she's having health issues, that could be the reason. But it just, with everything else, it just makes you question it. And then now that we know for whatever reason, they're trying to cut different people's communications off with Patty. Well, is that for the same reason, or is that because of her health issues? We don't know that stuff.
I mean, and this is just also ridiculous to me. Like, I still can't believe what's going on, like what we're witnessing happen in this case. It just seems like an absolute joke.
Yeah, it's ideological. Like, it's just...
Yeah,
And like we know, like Daniel has told us that, well, Lily was pushing the Tonka truck. But the reason why I would like to hear it from Patty is to confirm that,
right.
to corroborate it.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that Daniel's lying, but I'm just saying because of the stuff that we've heard from Daniel over everything else,
Yeah.
it would be nice to have that confirmed. And then if Patty says, yes, she was pushing the Tonka truck, okay. But that still doesn't mean that that's not the reason why Malaya decided to keep the kids home.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's a very obvious reason. Means it was the school that had called in the CPS in the first case.
Mm-hmm.
For a checkup.
Osprey says, why did Daniel's family go to Cindy's? What? Do you understand that? Why
no, I don't
know
what she's...
I'm not sure what you're meaning, Osprey.
Oh, yeah, they were at... They went... No, they didn't go to Cindy's. They went to Patty's. And they went to Patty's to do laundry. And Cindy was supposed to be going there to visit the kids while they were there doing laundry. Cindy never showed up. They stayed there and did their laundry, and they left at they were home by 10:30, so they would have had to leave by 9:45 if Patty lives somewhere in Truro to get to where they're at.
Yeah.
At the latest. Maybe 9:30, but 9:30 to 9:45 at night, they would have had to leave Patty's to be home by 10:30. But
Patty's
they were there. They went over there at noon, like they left to go there at dinner time and do their laundry. And then, like I say, Cindy was supposed to be going there in the afternoon as well for a chance to visit the kids because she doesn't like going to, from everything we heard, she doesn't like going to Daniel's because she doesn't like him. Right?
I mean, I don't understand where she'd ever get that vibe from, Mr. Storyteller. I mean, seriously. Couldn't understand why anyone would ever not like Daniel Martell. Daniel Martell, Jesus, what do I even say about you anymore, to be honest with you? Obviously, he's popped out of Facebook groups now. Obviously, that article that came out did him no favors to the already no favors that it did him prior to that article coming out. It's, you know what, it's not just Daniel, though. It's to Daniel and Malaya, right?
Everybody, everybody involved in this case.
Yeah.
And there was 3 on the property, but...
Exactly.
But I still think... I still think that Malaya would have had to confide either in her mother or a friend or sister or maybe grandmother when she did get to the reserve. I would think that she would tell them something. Information. It might not be the entire story.
Right.
But if she's grieving, the only way you can get over the grief is to talk about it. You can't get over grief by holding it in. It'll strangle you.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, again, you know, the joke of this is that, you know, and I don't give a shit if you're family or not. These are 2 children that are missing. At what point do you care, say, more about maybe backstabbing a family member, or what is deemed as backstabbing a family member over the importance of two children that have disappeared in very, very, very mysterious circumstances. And that doesn't seem to be the case here. Seems like, like, I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know.
I mean, it's a hard one, because if you speak up and say something too much, right, then you're going to be kind of probably ostracized from the family and whatever. But at the end of the day,
Well, it
you have
would be bad enough if it was family, but it
yeah,
seems like if anybody speaks up, it's more outsiders. And I'm not talking about the people that care and want to try to find the kids and want to find out what happened and bring them back or whatever. I'm just talking about the people that want to create the drama out there.
yeah,
Like Darren called, and I'll say this. I don't know if he'd want me to or not, but Darren called me before I went on. That's why I was late coming in. And there's this one on TikTok. Apparently, she got to create an AI created video now, and she's saying that Daniel was living with them at the trailer, or Darren was living with them at the trailer
for Pete's
and
sake.
everything before all this happened. And then they went on to bring on his kids that they were there. Like, how many people could be in this friggin' trailer? People, like,
I know. Well, not okay. I'm just going to say
living
this
there. Like,
again. Any of those AI pieces of shit videos are nothing but a bunch of misinformation and lies. And if you were gullible enough to sit there and watch those AI videos and honestly believe that shit, then honestly, give your heads a brain fucking shake. Because those AI videos, any of the ones that I have watched just for the sake of seeing what they're saying, they're full of shit and they're full of misinformation. Okay, anything that you even deem as an AI video, I'm telling you right now, it's just a bunch of false information. Again, people need to use their fucking common sense and their brains when they're watching shit, and not sit there and think that, oh, well, I heard it on AI, so it must be true. Just kind of like what you're saying here too. At no point was Darren living in the trailer at 1407 Gairloch Road.
no.
Yeah. What was he doing? Living in the toilet? The back of the toilet? Like, seriously. It's just so stupid. So please, you guys, avoid the AI videos. All they're doing is getting your clicks and your view. And what are they doing off of it? They're just
and that
getting
makes them
dollars.
grow.
And that makes them grow because you suckers are believing in these titles that you're seeing on these AI videos. But anyways, well, I mean, you guys know where to go if you guys want, to put out the facts and the up-to-date information. There's only a few channels that truly cover it with integrity to them and stuff like that.
But where our job comes in, though, Sonny, I think it's to go into any of those AIs, and you only have to watch a couple seconds, and you'll know if it's AI or not.
Yeah.
And report it. Because it's those ones that get, if they have multiple reports on them,
Thank you.
then YouTube will take them down. But if it's only one person or two people reporting them, then they won't know whether they believe or not to believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I report every one of them before I leave if I go into one of them. Some of them I don't even go into because of you can tell by the title that it's just AI, but
I know. It's just so sickening. It's AI is just ridiculously stupid of what you can do, right? I mean, honestly, it's just a joke. What is this world coming to that we're allowing people to dub voices of singers and create all these false bullshit videos out there? It's just disgusting to watch this happen with this the whole AI technology. Like, where is it going to go even worse from here? To be honest, no one's
That's
going
what I
to know
mean.
what
We're
to
only
believe.
getting started with the AI stuff.
Yeah. And there's Joseph Morris's channel. You guys can watch the 10 T. Joseph Morris did a video the other day. There's that channel. But there, you know what? There is another channel here that Charmaine has showed me a few times. Um, that let's see here. Well, actually, let me just. I have it open. Oh, this guy here. Let me just stop screen for a second. We'll come back, you guys. We'll watch some video in a minute. But this is one, and I listened to him the other day. He's really good as well. I know some people like watch Mike Damon and stuff like that, and analysts. But this guy right here, the linguistics, practical linguistics. I watched this. Charmaine sent it the other day, and this is him going over, and he goes over like the words. I think he did a banger job when I was listening to him. Let me just go back to the. Have you watched this channel yourself? Um,
No.
no. Well, you know what? He does a very good job at analyzing the words as well. I'm just gonna drop the channel for that as well. Um, so yeah, so I listened to it fully. Now, so that was this one here,
finite operator there.
right? But I'll drop the channel for you guys to go watch this. Well, this guy's really good as well. Um, because I know that Daniel was like using me as his platform. Why? Because Daniel knows that this is the channel where people go that has an impact, in a sense, or influence on people's thoughts. You guys know, for the most part, that we've been calling out Daniel and his bullshit. And of course, he did this whole big story. And I was like, fine, if he wants to write stuff and say more things, go right ahead, but you're not going to change people's trajectory of you overnight from what you've been doing for the last 3 months. But hey, you know what? Again, so it was kind of what I felt like a win-win. I was getting him, he was spewing off all this stuff. And then it's just more stuff that he's putting out there for content. And by the same token, it's like, I know exactly why he's doing this. And it's not because, oh, Sonny, I love you so much over there, Sonny, at your It's a Crime and Shame channel. No, it's the fact that he knows if he persuades us to think differently, right, that we could take some of that impact off of him, that maybe people might believe some of this stuff that he's spewing out. Basically, it's like him saying, like, come on, give me a break, back off of me a little bit. Hell fucking to the no. Absolutely not. You have done yourself no favors in the last 3 months, where you've had the ability to not only come on this platform and other platforms to discredit anything that you felt was being said wrongly. You have been nothing but playing games. Now you're walking the fucking walk of shame, Daniel, because that article that came out, which depicts you and Malaya both in a bad light about these children, but you're the one that's beaking off, like a freaking, like I said, like a little whack-a-mole, pop-a-lot, whatever you want to call it, Jack in the Box, in, out, in, out, in, out. What part will you not get through your head? You should be ashamed of the circus act that you are creating at the sake of Jack and Lily, right? I mean, Malaya said some things, but very little to the damage that you've done to your own self is you. That's a you problem. That's not us creating that. That's you that can't remember your own words or things that you're trying to say, no, I didn't say. It's so embarrassing watching what you're doing. How do you expect people, Daniel, to even give two shits about you anymore and any sort of truth? Because no matter what you say, there's going to be a couple of people out there, that are going to still believe in you. Why? I don't know why. It's Jack and Lily. It's not about you and Malaya that way. The truth will come out, but you've done yourself the world hurt of damage. Kent, right? Right.
Yep.
Say right. I mean, he has. He's backed off. I know we have
For
to see
sure,
that.
he changed statements and whatnot. So that's people's automatically going to think if you can't keep the story straight, what aren't you telling us?
Absolutely.
Right?
Right. He acts like he's spilling out his heart beans, you know. Like here, you guys, let me just release this all. And within it, you're just going, really? You're the hero again? Pretty much everything about you and stuff like that. I don't is he that stupid that he literally isn't seeing how he's portraying himself? And
No,
how
I think he is seeing it, but I think he was trying all along by going to the media and stuff. Like, really, if Daniel spoke the first day, the same as Malaya has, what would we have to talk about?
right? True that.
So he feels by talking about information and whether you want to believe it or not, but he feels by you talking about what he's saying is keeping the awareness, but it's keeping the awareness on him, not necessarily completely focused on Jack and Lily. If he would do what he's doing and do it from a Jack and Lily point rather than I, then, and right from the start, I'm not talking about now, you can't change the way you did it now, then more people might have tried to make sense of what he was saying. But now they can't believe him because stuff has changed too many times. And it seems to be more from his point of view rather than the focus on Jack and Lily.
Wow, absolutely. And Peggy Day, this isn't a child's program, by the way. If parents have their kids in earshot of an F-bomb here and there, so be it. That's up to them. But my YouTube channel is not made for kids, right? That's how it always is. It's not made for kids. If it was made for kids, you wouldn't be able to leave one comment if it's made for kids. So that's up to your discretion yourself. But at the end of the day, my channel's pretty light on the swearing part.
Then you would be able to find it on YouTube Kids, and you can't.
I know this is adult content, so don't be my patrol. I don't need security patrol here at all. I'll mind my business. Actually, somebody left a comment the other day that says, this channel's all about Sunny. Fucking rights. Sunny's channel. Did you like that, Peggy? Anyways, this channel is my channel. I don't understand why. So in a 6-hour live, me and Charmaine were about DV, domestic violence. We were telling our stories, and we do that for the sake of other people that are in those situations and can relate to. Obviously, Malaya was not has not picked the wisest choices in her life or whatever. So somebody had the nerve to say, this channel is all about Sunny. Yeah, so I'm not allowed to talk about anything, I guess, at all. So that person hit my block list rather fast, to be honest with you, because I'm sick of it. Like I said, I'm still going to block people. use your brain cells a little bit, okay, on what you're saying. This is my channel. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it then. I think what I'm allowed to talk about instances in my own life, or Charmaine is, or even Kent is, if he wants to. Someone acts, people act like I'm supposed to go 100% Jack and Lily the whole way through, as if you guys are running my channel. And it's ridiculous. When we can sit there and be proactive about domestic violence as well along the way, and give people you know how many times people have messaged me that said, "Thank you, Sonny. You helped me get out of a relationship that I was in, and it's because of you," and stuff like that. That means a lot to me and stuff, So again, if these idiots want to sit there and make comments like that, you're still going to hit my block list, by the way. There's no freedom of speech in freaking video. If I want to block you, I'll block you. That's my freedom to do so. I'm just saying, be respectful in here, right? You can say things. You don't need to attack us, and if you do, well, then you'll hit the block list again. I don't care. Other than that, this is a channel runs by. My thing is this: go create your own darn channel with your own darn fluffy content all day long, but don't ever tell a channel creator how to run their channel or what we should do and shouldn't do. That's not a you thing. Get your own darn channel and then sit there and put all this work into Jack and Lily, and at the end of the day, then shut the front door, to be honest. Go do it yourself. Go do all this work yourself. Go talk to all the family members. Do all that stuff, okay? That's all I'm saying. You guys can be nice with the content creators, with the people in the chat that are here for actually Jack and Lily, and not because you want to beak off at the mouth with your ignorance. See it right there. There we go. Thank you, Sarah. Your honesty was helpful to me. It's a crime and shame. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say. Oh, hey, there she is. Hey, Bev. Bev's going to have to jump up here with me soon, too. I think RCMP are quietly building their case. Daniel has entirely dug himself into a hole. Actually, Kent, let me quickly play those videos, and then I'm going to ask you something. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, right. And let me just quickly play those videos, you guys. So that was the practical linguist. I'll drop that channel's name as well again on there. And don't forget, there's Evil Exists, out there. Hunter.s. True Crime, that has all the videos in a row of Daniel Martell's interviews on there. Exactly. Is that a joke for Janie? Exactly. I know you shouldn't watch Dolly at all then. Swearing bugs you too much. I don't think that we do a ton of swearing on this channel. Every now and again, it comes out. The frustrations of this case come out, definitely. Just when I see game plan, like what's going on with Jack and Lily's case, Like I said, well, come wash my mouth out with soap, Peggy. If I'm being so bad, come wash it out with soap. Let's go back to freaking 1960s. Image, video file. I'm just having a razz at you, Peggy. But this isn't a children's thing. So if people watch it, it's adult content, not for children. Okay, so this is, again, a person from our chat that obviously lives in the area that shared these with Charmaine. So I'm just going to share them with you.
All right, so this here is the entrance to those cabins.
So basically, it's a drive around, 1407 Gairloch Road area, okay? And I mean, I'll stop it at spots that I want to talk to Kent about, but I'll just play it out for a minute.
First entrance. We go up here. And so on the right is the road that Janie mentioned, like they walked to, or like Daniel was driving down. This is like a dirt road. Then up here on the left are the cabins that Kent was talking about yesterday, I think. And the day that they went missing, I walked down this.
Now, Kent, I don't believe you were talking about cabins there, were you? Because there's not really cabins there.
No, we were talking about cabins in Pictou.
Right.
Because that person was talking about staying at a cabin where she seen blood on the floor or whatever. And that her husband, and so it's not hard when you're talking about Pictou. Like there's only 3 motels in Pictou, and there's only one that has motels and cabins out behind it. So it's
Yeah.
not a hard process of elimination. And I
Yeah.
know other people referred to where he's referring to there being cabins down there, but I don't think there is. I might be wrong when I say that. There's a couple buildings down there, but what he's talking about there, those are the 2 entrances to the one with the gate and one doesn't have a gate.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 entrances to the old Lansdowne Outdoor Recreation Association Park
Yeah.
that you heard me refer to as Lorda before. Like I say, they have a couple buildings down in there because they had like an administration office type thing, and they had bathrooms and a couple other things when the park was operating. But that park has been closed for 2.5 years now. And as you searched on Google, there is a couple ponds down there that they used to stock with fish. So people could go in there with their kids and go fishing and whatnot. And it's an old campground, a KOA. You probably through since May have heard different times mention of a former KOA campground. Well, that's what them 2 driveways, that's what that is.
Like
That's
it's
what it
gated
goes
off.
into.
Yeah. Exactly.
And one is
So,
gated and one is not.
yeah. We were talking about the ones from the Hidden in the Fog, Susan. That's what we were talking about. Like I said, somewhere in Pictou, and that was about May 1st. Somebody that found a bunch of health cards and ID cards with a picture of the same person and stuff like that. Being from the hotel industry myself, it's not uncommon to have shady stuff going on in hotels and stuff like that. So I find that one irrelevant myself to the case. As I took it. So again, I'm not going to tell you who's driving, Gren. I don't think that person wants to be outed for who's driving. Let's just say it's a person that cares about Jack and Lily. So I'll play it more.
Here, yeah. So it's just up here right here on the left. Those are where the cabins are and shit. Right here. You go down like a road and whatever down there. Okay. Still no neighbors, by the way. There's no neighbors around here. And I'm right by their house. So if somebody was coming to abduct them, I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere. This is like
Okay. So Kent, this place right here. Okay. And I'm going to bring back up Google Maps again to show you guys. So because the person in the anonymous post said that it was they lived 500 feet away. I always was thinking it was that place. Okay, so that place would be obviously. Hold on, let me go back out right here, right? But so the place on the video that we just stopped was showing this right here, and that's abandoned, right? This is abandoned.
Yeah, the house that's in off the road before you get to Daniels and their house, that's the abandoned farmhouse.
Okay, so is that inclusive to both of these? No,
What do you mean both?
Well, is this house part of this?
No, the Lorda Park is on the opposite side of the road.
No. Sorry, not Lorda Park. I'm talking about, the abandoned home. Because as the driver is going by this, he says that this is an abandoned place. And he's basically right here at this gate. Like right here as he's driving. And he says that this property is abandoned.
Yeah, well, you can't see the farmhouse from the road. The white farmhouse is way in back. Remember I was telling you, and I don't think it's abandoned because I thought somebody said between May and now, I thought somebody said the people that own that only come a couple weeks during the summer.
Yeah,
It's that other old house that looks like it's ready to fall is the abandoned house.
Okay, so this is like I said, this is like east of the property.
Are you talking the black house?
Nope.
No, we're not there yet. Yeah.
No, we're not there yet. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll go back to that video.
That first driveway that he said that was like a path, or are we there yet?
That nobody goes
like
to.
so right here.
That he's saying is like a 4x4, like a four-wheeler
You're in
path.
the middle of nowhere. This is like
Well, this is the home that leads up into that white home and the other home.
Yeah.
Right. And you said that the people and I remember hearing that too, that they just come a couple times throughout the year.
I thought that's what I heard through like somewhere. I thought somebody said that they're never there. They only come home because they're in Ontario or out west or something. They only come home a couple weeks during the summer.
Right. So, well, I'll let it
Then
play
the
out.
next place is abandoned.
Say that again.
And then the next place would be abandoned, and then the next place would be Daniel's.
that nobody goes to. Still no neighbors. Still nothing, by the way. Haven't seen a house in fucking 5 minutes. There's a little path. And then here comes the fucking meth house. This is right where the meth house is.
Okay, so obviously this
And
is...
he's stating that that's not my opinion, but I wouldn't make that stipulation without fact.
Yeah. I don't know how people are getting an ATV mixed up with a car. The two do not sound the same at all.
No, you wouldn't. But the only thing that, like, if you're referring back to that article with the standard car,
right,
you could get the same. Like I jumped up on with Nova yesterday on her channel, and I said, and because she was talking about it as well, because her husband is mechanically inclined.
Yeah,
and you could get the similar sound from an automatic with a fart, what we call here a fart can on it. Most people put it on their Hondas and stuff like that. It's just like a barking exhaust.
yeah.
So, and if you stepped on the car and let off a little bit and stepped on it again, you could make it sort of sound like you're shifting gears. And that's what most of the young idiots around that are driving the automatic Honda Civics, that's what they do. But they're cracking down on them because for inspections now you got to have original equipment, so that makes them illegal. But
and just quickly, the video was sent to Charmaine from a viewer of the channel. A bunch of so I just put them all together. There was about 7 or 8 clippings. There's a couple that I didn't put in because they were irrelevant in a sense, when he thought one house was something and it wasn't. So there was no point in putting that in there. So again, these were given to the channel.
It gives you a current street video of the area. It's basically what that's what you get from that.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know, or I never heard anybody said that Janie rents cabins.
No.
She said that they have, Earl and them have a couple old cabins that are on their properties, but I never heard that somebody made the comment that Janie says she rents cabins. I don't think.
Right. Okay. So, no, she didn't say anything about renting cabins. Okay.
Nobody's home right now. Must be busy. So we come all the way up here. You seen where the house was. Gotta put the phone down. There's a cop. So there's a street back there. There's some houses down that street, but it's not that close. then this is the nearest neighbor.
And that's the black house.
That's the black house. And this is the house that seems like it would be the one that made the posting and talked about the 5
I would
speeds.
think.
Right. Because there's only 2 houses, right? There was the one to the east and this one here to the west side of it. And so this is the black house. That would be the next closest one. Now, the person could have just said 500 feet and it's really 1,500 feet on there. So this probably seems like it's more likely the home, considering I don't think it's rocket science for anyone. It's either the one to the left or one to the right, right? So if somebody's not living in the other one or living in it partially, or a couple times of the year, chances are then it's going to be, say, this home. But that's not really rocket science for people to figure that out, because there's only 2 homes. And we all know what the anonymous poster said, correct? Give me a bit. I'm driving. She's driving Miss Daisy crazy. Okay, so.
All right, so this is the dirt road where the blanket was apparently found. You can see all the ribbons and shit. I've driven down this road probably 20 times though since it happened. And there's some small bodies of water like a little bit further up this way, but they're like tiny creeks and shit. Like it's nothing serious.
But
yeah,
the other thing is don't
exactly
judge water levels.
Found, but this is the.
Go ahead,
when you're talking, like, this was within the last couple of days, so don't judge water levels by him saying it's just a little wee creek, because normally it could be a pretty good stream. But like, there's rivers out there that are dry riverbeds right now.
Yeah.
And I mean raging rivers that is usually white caps when they're flowing.
Yeah.
And right now they're seeing the bottoms.
Yep.
Like somebody right now with a drone, any waterways or lakes, I bet you some of those lakes out there are down 3 feet or more.
Ken, Belynda's asking you a question. She says, Ken, was SNR parked at the black house or near it? Search and rescue. I don't think they were that way.
No, they search and rescue. Well, that might have been where they had the road blocked off on that end, Belynda. But the command post was on that dirt road when he said the Matheson Road there, which was on the right just before he came to the black house. That's the Matheson Road, and that's where they had the command post.
Where was it, Kent? Because I'm on the map right now, and then I'm at that black home, which is right here. And then there's
before that, the Lansdowne Road would be the one that he said that was on the left.
Yeah.
With, like, before he got to the black house.
Yeah.
That's Lansdowne Road, and then you come up there a little bit further back on the right-hand side, and you should come to Matheson Road.
Matheson?
Yeah.
Just trying to see that on the map. Huh. Just don't see that name on the map is all.
There was another name but before it, but I think it's a 2-part name, but I only know it as the Matheson Road.
Lansdowne? Then there's the choo-choo tracks. Is it past the choo-choo tracks?
It's just on the other side of the choo-choo tracks.
Okay. And that's where the
That's the
switch.
road where the command post was set up. Because
Okay.
remember when they had the press conference on the 6th or 7th?
Yeah.
They had to wait for the train going by, and everybody said, well, how come the train's going so slow? And they said, well, we notified the train that we're looking for 2 kids, so they're going at 20 kilometers an hour compared to their 40 or 50, so that they can keep an eye open for children.
So there's that black home. Then there's this other home. Even I'm kind of confused where it is. Because I'm right past the choo-choo tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on one side there, the other. Because you could see the train in the background. And they were set up. They had the tent and the... Oxy... Alice or whatever, she says the Lansdowne Road is past the train track, so maybe it's the one that was back there before the train tracks on the left. Maybe that's the Matheson Road.
Well, if we were going from north to west, in a sense, or going west from 1407 Gairloch Road.
Are you turning right or left when you come out of the driveway?
We would be turning right.
Right. Yeah. So if you go down there, the dirt road that was on the left where he said there was a few houses.
Yeah.
That might be the Matheson Road, because Oxy Slice says that the Lansdowne Road is the one on just past the tracks. And the black house.
Yeah, that's where the railroad tracks are. Anyway.
But she said the road that's past there, that is the Lansdowne Road.
Yeah. So if we go right, the next road is called Lansdowne Station Road.
Yeah, well, that's where Miss one that had the cameras on the other end of that Lansdowne Station Road. That's where she was.
Yeah.
As it goes around and comes back out onto the 289. The 289 is the main paved road up through all of them, and then the dirt roads, some of them just turn, like just come off and they go in, and they'll turn onto other dirt roads and continue towards like the southeast towards Halifax. But some of the other ones, it's just like a loop off. One dirt road will go off, but it'll come back out the other end. Will come back out to the 289 because the Montreal Road is there.
Now, just quickly, because Belynda just said the Black House might have been, but it's not the one who posted the party. But you asked Daniel about that, and he said it was the same, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I asked him yesterday, and he got back to me today, and he said that black house is the house that he was talking about when he made the statement before about taking the heat off themselves.
Right.
And he says it's the same house
that posted.
Because we had it figured to be somebody on the other side of the road.
Right.
Myself, you, and Charmaine, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
so
Daniel says it's the same one, but.
Yeah. So, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be telling the truth at some points, I'm sure.
Well, like you say, there's only a couple neighbors.
Yeah, there's only two.
I know some people up here, or some people said Earl lives up.
Oh, okay, so Belynda says, well, then he lied to me. What did he say to you, Belynda?
Here on the right. I'm pretty sure he lives on the left side of the road. Because when I was out here the day that they went missing, there was RCMP officers at this house. And I remember saying, like, that's weird. Why are there 2 or 3 RCMP officers up at this house? So, there's a house to the right. That's not obviously Earl's right here. I'm pretty
He
sure
said the
Earl's is
black
up here
house
on the
that's not
left.
the one that
I'm gonna
posted
be a
about
little
the
bit
party.
careful with my videotaping. I'm not trying to fight an old man.
Say that again, Kent, please.
Belynda said that he told her that the black house isn't the one. Go to the next comp. Isn't the one that posted about possibly being a party there.
Right. And then he said it was across the road up the hill.
That's what the report had said. Yeah.
Right. But there is no house across the road up the hill unless.
Not unless you go in that other dirt road and up
Right.
the hill. Like,
So just more whatever inconsistencies. Obviously, this person would have had to across the road and up the hill. Okay, so let's just go back to Google Maps for a sec. Remove. Add to stage. Okay, so let's just go back to the Google Maps. Okay, so there is no across the road and up the hill unless he means this, which would bring it back to over here. But you said it was a black house, right? Did he actually say it was a black house?
no, he told me that the guy making the comment about the car, he told me was the same guy that made the comment about the party.
Right. But he didn't say that it was the black house.
No, but we were inferring that it was a black house because that's the only neighbor.
Well,
Really, like if you go the other way, the house it's only used a couple weeks during the summer, and then the abandoned house, and then Daniel's, and then the next neighbor is this black house. And if you start getting any further away than that, then I don't know if he'd be able to hear if there was a loud muffler, let
no,
alone.
right. There's nobody because it would have to be one of the two,
Like really, there's
but
only the one neighbor because the other house isn't lived in full time
right.
in the other direction.
Do we have proof of that? Do you know?
Oh, it's in someone's video. It was in the ground search and rescues. Like I think
Oh,
it
okay.
must have been in the plunder tapes because it was the helicopters, I think, talking to search and rescue about it. And they came back over saying something like that house isn't lived in all year round. It's only people only come home a couple times during the summer.
Yeah.
So I like nothing else. There wouldn't have been no other reason to mention it for anybody else to mention it.
So, in your qualified opinion, Kent, Black House or the one?
The black house is the only one that I would refer to as being a neighbor.
Yeah. Go ahead, Daniel. You're watching right now. Go ahead and clarify to Kent. I mean, yes,
Like in my mind, and as far as I'm concerned, like if I say I got a neighbor, I got to be able to see their house from my house, or else I don't have a neighbor. Like
Right.
I got a neighborhood where I live because I can see 4 houses around me, and I can see their like doors, and I can like it's all open land. But as far as this guy being referred to as being my neighbor, I can't see his house if I go out to the end of the driveway. So I don't call him my neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be the next house in the village, but he's not necessarily my neighbor.
Because this one here, like, I mean, I know the person says 500 feet, but, you know, it could have been. But if we, because if we went,
Lobster says the E. Matheson Road, which is the one where they had the command center, is off of McLeod Road. So is McLeod Road that first dirt road that guy drove by? Remember, he said there's a dirt road.
oh, poof.
Is that McLeod Road?
Which one? You talking to me?
Yeah. The guy that sent us the video.
Yeah.
After Daniel's place, but before the neighbors, if that's what you want to refer to them as. He said there was a dirt road there to the right.
Yeah.
Is that the McLeod Road?
Well, it might be the one you're calling McLeod. That's called Lansdowne Station Road. That's the next road past Daniels.
Okay, so keep going out. Because it's Lobster Man that said that the E. Matheson Road, which is the one that they had the command center on, is off of the McLeod Road.
Well, I just don't know where these names are coming from. Hold on. Because I gotta take out this picture for a second.
That's what I'm saying. Go further down the road. Because it might be further out, because something tells me that it's up towards the top of the hill, and that's probably why they were able to park the communications truck there and get signal.
Is that before the pink blanket?
No, I would say it's probably after the pink blanket. The pink blanket is by the road where Earl is, right?
Yeah.
So I think you got to go beyond that.
Beyond Earl's place?
No, wait a minute. Lobster Man is saying that the McLeod Road is off the Lansdowne Station Road. So that's the one that's back there on the left. So the dirt road on the left, way back, just after Daniels. He says that is the Lansdowne Station Road, and you go in there until you come to McLeod Road, and then you go in there till you come to the E. Matheson Road, and that's where they had the command center.
Oh, okay. Finally found it. Okay, so why the fuck are they way over there for?
Well, like I say, it probably put them up on top of a hill, and then they put the towers up on the communication truck, which is what they wanted, right? To be able to get some sort of
signal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
and that's what, when you can see what we're talking about, these back roads, people, that whole area, except for the 289, that main paved driveway, that whole, which if you travel that 289, it would take you right down into Sheet Harbor, Muscadavid. You could go right into Halifax along the eastern shore of Nova Scotia. Belynda probably travels that way. If she ever comes to New Glasgow, she would probably come that way. Or she might go right into Antigonish. I don't know, but I would say that she probably travels the 289 right into New Glasgow if she's ever going. But the rest of it, all out there, is all those back roads. Like,
it says, Belynda says he told me the guy was pissed about all the search vehicles parked by his place and he couldn't do his drug deals.
well, maybe the search and rescue, that makes sense, Belynda, on that end, that would have been where search and rescue had parked and was stopping the traffic. Because remember, they were, and everybody was saying that they didn't corner off the area, but they had traffic control on either end, because you could hear it on the other end coming from the highway when media came and when family came you could hear search and rescue radioing up to the RCMP if it was okay to let them go through to go get an update or a statement. So
are we still thinking it's the black home?
I don't know.
Or are we thinking it's across the street?
Nah, like I say, if you're going to call anybody a neighbor, I think it's the Blackouts. But I can't say that. I don't know who they're talking about.
Well, you know what? Maybe Daniel can clarify. Okay. Keep stories straight on there. Someone says Kent is awesome. Kent, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let me go back to the video.
I'll just show you. There's the pipeline. I'll show it on the way back. When I turn around, I'll get a better video of it. Okay, so I believe Earl's house is to the left up here. I don't think it's that one. It might have been that one I just passed. Alright, I'm going to turn around here, take a new video. I lied to you. Earl's house is up in the mailbox said Martell. So it's up past behind those trees Earl lives. This is the pipeline. It's grown in now.
Basically, you were saying that Earl's place, I mean, come on, you guys can use Google Maps, right? Is behind those trees. And he's talking about the pipeline right here. But obviously now the greenery is huge and thick and fluffy.
Now, but before, like in May, it was like a path almost. Like you could get through there with an ATV. Now I'm kind of like in the middle of nowhere here, trying not to get fucking murdered by some meth head. But this bridge right here, I don't know if you remember when that tint guy was taking videos while he was driving around, and there was an officer flying a drone on this bridge right here, which has like a little body of water.
Okay, so let's go leave it on. One sec.
Still nothing, by the way. I haven't seen a house in fucking 5 minutes. There's a little path, and then here comes the fucking meth house. This is right where the meth house is.
Okay, we'll leave it there for the sake of it for a minute. Okay. All right, Kent. Anything else to add to this video?
Hopefully sometime this week we get an update from RCMP, which will give us some new info.
Wow.
Or at least confirm some info that we have.
Yeah. It's what would your percentage be that there will be one?
Oh, I don't have a clue. 50-50.
Let's put it out to the universe, eh? Let's give the universe some good vibes that they'll come out with something shortly or not. You can drive it on a okay. So again, I'm pretty sure that the person who said 5-speed vehicle isn't confused between an ATV and a 5-speed manual vehicle. So I would probably take that one out of your head about the whole ATV thing. These people have vehicles. These people have vehicles and work on them, all day long. I'm pretty sure that they would know the difference. I would even know the difference. I would know the difference being on ATVs between that and a whatever. So, I mean, if you guys want to run with that information, I don't know why though, because there's a clear difference between an ATV. And I know you guys are all trying to work the ATV in here, somewhere. But let me put it this way. I can confirm that it wasn't an ATV. How about them apples? Not going to give you receipts, as I promised, but we'll just say that, okay? Is that I have the information that would know that it's not an ATV and where the ATV was. So anyways, well, I'm going to leave that part at that. Just because, again, this case is already ridiculous as it is.
We don't have to add to it.
We don't have to add to it. Again, a person that lives out here where they have lots of vehicles, they're not going to mistake an ATV for a manual transmission vehicle on that one. So again, let's just try to keep with what's reasonable, and I'm not going to take away from somebody in a rural area like this where they have bunches of cars that's actually working on a vehicle, to sit there and go, yeah, I think I got it wrong. I think it was an ATV. No, it was.
Missy, I tried to confirm, but as far as I can tell, from what I'm being told, Daniel has a dark blue Dodge minivan, and there was very few, and I mean very few, in my years working around the cars, which is my 49 years, I think we junked 2 caravans that were standard. So whoever bought them when they were new probably ordered them that way. Because you don't get a standard. Like back in the 60s and 70s, it was the other way around. Every car on the road was standard unless you ordered automatic. But coming into the mid 80s and beyond, when automatics started getting the popularity, it was the other way around. Very few cars come standard. And like I say, I would, without knowing statistics, I think I would be pretty safe in saying the highest percentage of a late model car that would be standard would be a Honda Civic, because I think they made them later than anybody else.
Yeah. So who is Henry Brooks? Angela.
That's Malaya.
Yeah, go ahead.
Malaya's father.
Yeah.
The one you seen in the picture with Connie in the article about today, or well, it was in the other article too, I think.
Yes. Sorry, I had a cough there. So we'll get this straight again, okay? Just for anyone, whoever comes across this. Belynda Gray is a paternal grandmother of Jack and Lily. Cody Sullivan, her son, is the paternal father that has not been in their life for 3 years. And about close to almost 2 years, Belynda hasn't seen the children either. A couple people now, besides Belynda, Cheryl, the beach friend, if you want to call her that, also had both made a comment about that Malaya had basically distanced herself from people. And she had said that in the comments when Malaya was speaking to me in Messenger. Also about the fact that Daniel, according to Malaya, that Daniel basically made her drop all of her friends because they were a bad influence, and that she was allowed to only speak to one friend. Cheryl also confirmed that it was only May 2nd when she first basically saw Malaya in this 2-year period on Hidden in the Fog. She was asked if she had been to the trailer and stuff like that. No. Okay. So Malaya Brooks Murray is obviously the biological mother. The stepdad loosely is considered Daniel Martell. They were not married. They were just in what we would call a common law relationship, okay, for about 3 years' time. So Malaya's mother is Cindy Murray. Cindy's mother is Patty, and Patty is the grandmother to Malaya. That's the one we were trying to talk about with the incident of the Tonka trunk and Lily getting a black eye, according to Daniel, when they went to go do laundry that night on the Wednesday prior to the missing. Henry Joseph Brooks is Malea's father. Connie Brooks is Henry Joseph's mother. So that would be like a great grandmother to Jack and Lily. And so, who am I forgetting? Oh, Janie. Can't forget you, Janie. Janie Martell, who lives on this property as well in the, fifth wheel trailer, is Daniel Martell's mother. Justin Martell would be Daniel's brother. Earl Martell would be, of course, Daniel's father. He lives on a different property, but all the property kind of in between Janie's and this is owned, I believe, right, Kent, by what is it, Ron and her. She has a piece of land, and Earl is
that whole little block there, I would say mostly is probably owned by the family, like members of the family.
Yeah. Ron, the one that is spoken about by Janie, that is Logan Mackenzie's dad, which is Ron Mackenzie. Okay. So that is pretty much, I think, everyone that's been included. Am I missing anybody? I don't think. I think
we're gonna know the entire family tree by the time we get through this case.
Right. Okay. Right. And Haley is Malea's half sister. Hayden is Malea's brother. Yeah. And Cheryl is the one that people know from the beach pic. And Logan.
Shelby.
Who's Shelby?
Shelby is a friend.
Is a friend. That's a psychic friend, right?
Well, her sister's supposed to be the psychic friend that was in the argument in the driveway.
Her sister is a psychic friend, like Haley?
No, Shelby's sister.
Oh, Shelby's sister. My bad. So Shelby is a friend, and it was her sister. Yeah. Well, you know what? Now that we're speaking about that, the psychic thing. Okay. So last night, sometimes things pop in my feed. And if there's somebody that I feel myself that has what I call got their number, it's this lady right here. I watched each one of her videos that she did, and I mean, again, the cards that she just kept pulling was pretty much what the theory is by a lot of people on here. Even the one like Donna, like when she said, like she kept talking about too this in the one video about the power supply, and Donna has spoken about that too. There must be something about this the freaking power supply thing. Anyways,
transmission lines run because Trenton, just on the other side of New Glasgow, has a power generating station, and the transmission lines for northeastern Nova Scotia run right out through there. It's the big metal towers like you see in Quebec and Ontario and all them, but we only have a couple different pathways where you have those, what they call, or what locals call, transmission towers, and they're about 5 miles. You would hit the transmission towers before you hit like the lines where the lines go across. You would hit them before you hit Daniel's place going in the 289 from the Trans-Canada Highway.
Yeah.
Because they run right alongside the Trans-Canada Highway, right over Mount Tom. Those transmission towers.
Frankie says, and where is that, Kent? You said? Well, I'll ask you about that later. But this, I dropped the link for this lady. I don't ever usually do that, honestly, unless I feel like that there's some consistency with what we see happening with what we know in a sense, and kind of like what we projected in our opinions on this. So I literally last night watched all of her videos. She popped up in my feed. Just one second here as well. Um, oh, you guys, I do want to say thank you guys for bringing us over 18,000 subs. We're at 18,007 subs, and it's because of you guys that do make a difference in bringing the awareness and people that like to come to this channel, with especially with the Jack and Lily case, that are very invested in finding the answers and stuff like that. Um, Again, I'm gonna say this again. Don't ever, ever disrespect Belynda in this chat at all. Okay?
Sonny,
Yeah. What?
Grendel, if you're talking about the letter that Mad Max, that is AI. Like,
That's
don't
AI.
don't believe it.
Yeah. Thank you
There's
guys.
no Malaya. I do not believe that Malaya left the letter behind.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get real. Okay, people. Come on now. Right? Okay. Detective Max, people have brought it. Again, I'm going to tell you guys, if it's AI, okay, it's full of shit. I'm telling you that right now. Don't even waste your time and don't even waste a brain cell watching that false information. If you guys want information, you guys can come on over to this channel, right? And we'll tell you about the case. If there's some letter out there, we would have told you about it. There's not. Oh, thanks. There's Daniel from the Drunk Turkey Show. Hey, Daniel. On there. Not sure when Daniel. Did you? I don't even know. I haven't seen anyone's channels today. Have you done another one, Daniel? On, I guess I could go take a look on this case. I know that the Brian Koberger case is.
I know. I was watching. I went back and watched a little bit of his video the other night when you
Yeah.
and Charmaine was on.
Yeah.
Don't go read the comments.
I don't. They're gonna. Why were they harsh on him?
No, they were
On
harsh
us?
on you and Charmaine. I don't know what, but man, I was reading some of the comments and I said,
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
wait, like, and no offense, DT, I know you're catching up on the story, but like, I had to laugh when I was reading some of your followers' comments because they're at the same point you are, because they haven't heard of the case or anything before,
Oh.
and they're catching up. But they were harsh on you and Charmaine. Like,
Oh. I never read one comment, so I actually don't know. Uh, the only time I ever really read comments is if I'm on my iPad and then a comment happens to come my way as I'm watching something, right? And then I might click on it, but I haven't read one comment, and I honestly wouldn't give a shit either, because again, there's always those haters out there that think that they can do better and stuff like that. Isn't it so funny though, is that these people want information, and this channel has almost all the information that you could want in regards to this case, and yet we're the dumbasses. Okay, but
I don't see anybody else going live at 4 a.m.
well,
their local time with the
yeah,
story.
yeah, we don't care. Like I said, Daniel's just new to the case from the Drunk Turkey Show. I think anyone of us that have been following the case, are not on the same path of that the children wandered off the property and got picked up and stuff like that. But I want Daniel to do all his work and his thoughts, like, again, right? Not to follow what we're saying, but gather all that information. And you can't expect somebody to have all that information of 3 months worth of watching Daniel Martell and everything that's gone on, because we've been living it for every single day, right? Of what's been going on with this case. I have done more lives than, I don't know, to Delphi, shoot, it just really would depend. Let me put it this way: when I give my all into something, I give my all into something. Delphi, Suzanne Morphew, Sebastian Rogers, and stuff like that. But this case, I have actually went over what I would call my balance that I have given myself. Again, it's because sometimes if you miss a couple days and stuff like that, you could miss a lot on what's going on. But it's really about answers for Jack and Lily. This is a Canadian case out there. We are Canadian out here. Charmaine's from the Shuswap area. I'm from the Vancouver area. Kent's from Pictou County, and most people that we're watching are from Canada. There are people from the States watching it as well. But again, we just want, I just want to see what Daniel, in time as he's covering this, where his thoughts will start to lie. But there's a huge difference between someone coming into a case and then only doing like one live on it. Has he done another one? Or is it just the one still with me and Charmaine? I'm not sure. I haven't looked. But anyways, so I'll be curious to where he ends up with it all, right? I still think it's been said more than enough times that the children were not abducted. Even in this recent article and stuff like that. No scent of the children, mysterious circumstances. And so, again, I'm not seeing that side of it at all. Oh, no, let me put it this way. We already looked into the children were walking to catch the bus, walking to catch the school stuff and stuff like that. We've already gone down that path, and that path has, had its moment back months ago, right? When we were first following it, there was all these questions about, did Lily and Jack try to catch the school bus? Did they start walking? But nothing showed anything about that at all on there. But anyway, getting back on track. So anyways, for all those haters, keep hating. I don't care. For all the people that want to have like information and try to really fight hard instead of, knocking people down all the time, like I said, maybe take a look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, are you really a decent person? Or are you just someone that's just ignorant behind a computer spewing off hate all the time, But anyways, we're going to keep fighting for Lily and Jack and try to bring awareness and answers. Belynda, again, big advocate for Jack and Lily and for answers. Chelsea, her daughter, is always in here as well. Probably other hidden family members and stuff like that. Who's a Native Girl? So that was somebody that watches the channel that sent them to Charmaine, right? And for us to share. So those were, I guess you want to call it.
Individual. It wasn't from another YouTuber.
It's not from another YouTuber. It's from a viewer that watches our channel that was kind enough to give us those video footage. So thank you very much to said person whose name's not going to be said. Now, in saying that, anyways, Kent, is there like I'm probably going to watch one of this lady's videos with everyone, but is there anything at all that's kind of sitting on your brain that you want to talk about? You can talk about your signs again.
Yeah, not necessarily really, but I was, like I say, yesterday, Nova was covering the first article that came out in the Globe and Mail, and her husband wasn't home to explain some of the mechanical car issues, so she invited me up, so I joined her. I watched Michelle After Dark, and this morning I went up on with the True Crime Cafe with Dago.
Are you being a slut? Are you being a little sleut?
No, he was. I just turned him on this morning, and he was talking about the case, and then I watch him. I've been watching his Koberger coverage and stuff. So then he was asking questions, and he said, "Well, come on up, and that way you won't have to type." So we went in, and I was up probably a half an hour, 45 minutes with him this morning.
Little sloot. So
But it's all about keeping it out there, the stories. And like I say, that's what we have to, whether
yeah,
you like it or believe it or not, that's what we have to thank Daniel for, because nobody would be talking about anything if they weren't talking about what Daniel says.
yeah, but I have a
The
question still.
TV, the TV media here has gone
So boring.
dry as the lakes and rivers are.
So I still want to ask you a question, Mister freaking cheater. Um, at what point did you ever put in our group chat that you were on either of these two lives? Did you? Answer me now. Come on. What point did you put in our chat that you were on Dago's live and for us to go
Well,
watch?
that happened today.
Yes, and
So I'm telling you firsthand, and I did put it in before I went to sleep last night about being up on Nova's channel. Because if you remember correctly, I messaged you and I said Nova's, because she changed the name for anybody that doesn't know, because I don't
yeah,
know what it was before, but it's
it
now
was
called,
solicitous or something like that.
yeah, now it's called Nova's Inquest.
Uh,
And so it just popped up in my feed like that other one did for Sunny. And I was watching her, and then she just went through the article and she wanted to know what
yeah.
I thought about the black
Now,
car. And I said, there's no way a standard is being confused with a four wheeler from anybody.
on there.
So,
No, I just wanted to confirm that you're a little cheating hoe, and Christine wants to know what the difference is. Apparently, I just wanted to confirm that. Can you confirm that, cheater, pumpkin eater?
I think that I would give my information to almost anybody and everybody
Go on.
if it was going to bring Lily and Jack home. So that's what I'm doing.
Uh huh.
But
So you're a celebrity now
I
in
always,
Pictou
I always come to you for advice first.
County. Ken, you know I'm razzing you, bud. I'm
I
all
know
about it.
that. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah. Uh, I mean, when Adam was a co-host, he used to do the same thing. He'd like sneak off at nighttime, and all of a sudden he'd be on all these other channels and stuff like that. And it was kind of a running joke as well. YouTube divorce. Nah, you know,
I don't think Durwood is selling his vehicle. He might be selling the Ford half-ton that he's driving right now, but that's not his. But that's his buddies in Spring Hill. It might be for sale. Durwood doesn't have a vehicle of his own right now. His blew up a few weeks ago now.
yeah, he believes in open relationships. That would be a wiser word to say, right? You believe in open relationships. Yeah,
Me?
yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. You know, someone said you're fabulous, and I'm calling some troll called you a sloot. Kent equals sloot.
Oh
Not
yeah,
sure.
I see it there.
Yeah, let's get real. None of your business. You know what? None of your business. I recall you need an attitude adjustment. I'm pretty sure that you need an attitude adjustment because I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of your comments. And yeah, you need to go look in that mirror and you need to give yourself an attitude adjustment. Because it's none of my business. But I'm just telling you, saying it from Kent, none of your business. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, Kent's a swinger. Yeah, I guess we could say that on there. But um, Sunny May. Yeah, Kent. Yeah, Kent.
Who said yeah, Kent?
I'm saying yeah, Kent. Sunny made it on
Oh.
Globe and Mail.
Yeah,
That was
well,
yeah,
she didn't give me a shout out, but she
She
called me
didn't.
to answer. She called me to try to get Daniel to
Yeah.
answer her questions because Daniel wouldn't answer for her. So
Mm-mm.
I was in on that article too, but that's how come I knew
You're
to
just
watch at 7 o'clock local time, and I was the one that sent the link to Sunny before Lindsay even sent to her.
Is it true?
And then she said to me, "Are you going live?" I said, "When?" He said, now. I said,
Yeah.
woman, it's only like 4 o'clock your time. She said, yeah, but I'm going live. I said, okay.
Blame the
It was
road.
8 a.m. my time. I was up eating breakfast.
Yeah. Well, soon enough. I mean, just the other day, wasn't it you that said, I guess we're just going to call this the Kent Show? Something like that. Oh my God, you guys, it is so hot. I swear to God, I'm taking this water and it's going all over me. Fucking, oh my God.
So there
So
is a couple things that I want to say, though. I was talking to Lana. Anybody who had ordered bracelets and hasn't received them yet, they were sent out last Friday past and Tuesday. Monday was a holiday. So the last orders that she had, because I think Charmaine's in this bunch, if she hadn't received hers yet, but last Friday and Tuesday, she sent the last ones that she had ordered out in the bracelets. So that's information for you. So 10 to 12 days, depending where you're at, as long as they don't go on a strike. Right now, they're in sort of a work the rule. And then the other thing is we still have signs left that aren't spoken for. We have 16 that are going out between today and New Glasgow, and tomorrow we have somebody that's delivering them to the city. So between New Glasgow and Halifax, we'll have 16 signs delivered tomorrow. If anybody else would like a sign, private message me or text me, 902-759-8077. We'll get you put on the list for the next time that she makes the delivery route. It would be nice to have those signs plastered across the province. And what else was there? There was one other thing. Oh, the Janice is getting the stuff gathered. Everything is slowly trickled in. When she was doing the request before for the silent auction stuff for the fundraiser, well, anything that we had that was donated to the silent auction is now going to become an online auction. And once we get the details of that figured out, we'll let you know. Any and all monies raised will, one, help pay for, from what I understand now, we have 3 buddy benches, but I suspect that there'll be some cost to secure them to the property so they don't just walk away. And then after that stuff is done and the case is resolved, and if it's not all used up to print awareness materials, any leftover monies will be printed to or given to search and rescue groups.
Yep. Absolutely. So. Yep. Just a reminder why we're here. Lily and Jack, if you haven't hit that like and the share button, then please do for Lily and Jack. Again, there was the article that came out by the Globe and Mail. Grandmother is looking for grandmother of Jack and Lily Sullivan called for public inquiry into the children's disappearance. We played that at the top of the live here. And YouTube keeps rejecting my comments. Well, it's not me. A friend of mine has a trucking business and they do travel all over the United States, not Canada. However, they did go ahead and approve their poster on their truck. They have Summer Wells and Michael Vaughn as well on there. A couple other cases, just so sad on there. Did you already eat your dinner, by the way?
Long ago, before I come up.
That's what I thought you said. What'd you have today?
Yeah. Hot roast pork, cold sandwiches.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm gonna play one of these videos. Are you gonna stick around or no?
I'll probably pop into the chat.
You want to do that?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That way I can watch the video too.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks, Ken.
All right.
Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna play. Do I need to boot you? Do you want me to boot you?
No, I'm just finishing up comment here. Don't boot me
Oh,
yet.
okay, no problem. Okay, so, oh, actually, you know what?
What?
Oh no, I'm kind of talking to everybody else, but you.
Oh,
Hope, hope. Okay.
fine then. Goodbye.
Nah, just kidding. Oh, there we go. Finally, for frick's sakes, Kent lovers. Um, I got too many tabs open. I got to remember where I am here. I think I'm right here. Okay. So you guys can see that there was Jack and Lily's grandmother, Jack and Lily's stepfather, closer look at Jack and Lily Sullivan. That one. Well, we'll do this one because there's like a few of them. There's one from like 3 weeks ago. Anyways, only reason why I bring this up because I thought she really did a good job. I'm just gonna drop her. Please go sub up, help this lady out. I find that I actually quite like her reads. You know, staying in the land of reality. On there, so that's her channel. She has 94 subs. You know, don't forget, say something on the video. Just say that from its crime and shame channel. I just wanted alone. Absolutely. I mean, you need to go rest your ego. You know, go. You need to go. Actually, you should go on to another live while we're doing this live, right? Kill two birds with one stone on there. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna watch this one with you guys. Okay. Anyone that's not into it, have a good day. Thanks for joining the live. Anyone that is into it, we're gonna do Daniel on this one, right, Daniel?
Okay, I don't know if I was recording.
Let's see here.
Happened, okay.
Got to give it some volume.
We're going in on Daniel Martell.
Hold on.
Okay, he is the stepfather of Jack and Lily Sullivan.
1 second.
Okay, he's the one that said that.
Wait, why is this so low? I think she gets louder.
Video on all three of them, live, not video, but live, and it didn't.
Hold on, she's saging up.
YouTube messed it up. I didn't mess it up. YouTube messed it up.
YouTube. Why is it? I can hear it a lot better when I was listening to it yesterday.
My live and get it right. Okay. Ooh. Something burning.
1 sec.
On my little put that out. Yeah. Burning up here on the no, oh no, okay, it came off. Really
Can you guys hear it okay?
Forever. Okay. So what do you want us to know about Daniel Martell? Okay. Now, like I said, that they're living on this property, his mom's property. Okay. When I did a reading on him, all that female energy, feminine energy was around him. Nothing masculine. It was all female. Okay. Which I found was weird. Real weird. Okay. So
can you guys hear okay?
The cards want to tell us about Daniel. We're doing this again.
Oh, I'm muted now.
Okay. We're going to see what kind of energy comes up around Daniel. Okay. This time. Because you know energy shifts. You know that. Your own energy shifts. 1 minute you'll be mad. Next minute you're glad. What can you tell us? What do you want us to know about Daniel Martell?
Well, I mean, it's all the way. Like, I literally have her boosted. Well, what if you guys turn your own volumes up? If you turn your own volumes up, can you hear it better if I play it? Because I got everything maxed. Here, I'm going to put on captions.
Underneath it, ooh, the devil in reverse.
Turn your own volume up.
Reverse, okay. Not okay. Self-indulgence. Okay, that's drugs. He got drugs too, so they both drugs. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, self-indulgence. Okay, I mean the devil upright. Okay, can mean the same thing. Okay, but yeah, when they say self-indulgence. Okay, to me that's drugs. Okay, we have the Five of Swords in reverse. And this talks about a peaceful resolution. Okay. And moving on. Okay. This is how he's feeling. Ending the conflict. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what no issue is, to be honest with you. I'm just going to hit refresh for the sake of it.
Mean the same thing. Okay. But
Volume max.
yeah.
Here.
When they say self-indulgence, okay, to me that's drugs. Okay. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. And this talks about a peaceful resolution. Okay. And moving on.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it better?
This is how he's feeling. Ending the conflict. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. He ain't got no money. He broke. He broke. Okay. We also have the Four of Pentacles. He's holding on to something. She got the same thing. So she got the same thing. Okay. They hiding something. They holding on to some information. They hiding something. Both of them.
I can hear. I'm okay using the phone. Yeah. Well, I got the put the subtitles back on, but I mean, she's pretty loud to me now on there. Well, I mean, she seems pretty loud to me now. I can hear her just fine. But anyways, so well, whatever. I'm gonna play it. Subtitles are underneath there. It's 20 something minutes long or whatever. We'll see. Well, some people are saying they're just fine. And I don't understand either because I can hear her just fine. Like at first she was really low, but I got this thing cranked up on booster 290%. Plus my own audio is at 71 on that. So how does she know this stuff so good? So again, if you're not into it, have a good day. Thank you for joining the live. If you are into it, stick around, watch. I dropped the channel already. You guys can go check it out. At least her cards are falling within what a lot of people think what happened to Jack and Lily on there. So I'm gonna play it. Is what it is. I got the subs on. Volume's up totally.
Both of them. And I'm going to do a true crime on him because this fell out when I was coming to sit down. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups. Okay. Wishes coming true. But we have the Tower. We have the Tower in reverse. Okay, so he's resisting change. Okay, he's being stubborn. Okay, he's trying to avoid tragedy. He's trying to avoid the tragedy. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. This talks about big changes. Okay, opportunities, seizing the moment. But we also have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so this right here is learning, studying, commitment. Okay, It says the same thing. So I think that's a misprint. Okay, I really do. Okay, but okay, let's look at it, and we'll see. Three of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, I thought that. Okay, it is lack of communication, lack of teamwork, poor communication. Yeah, so that's a misprint on my card. Okay, so and a struggle to collaborate effectively. It can also represent a failure to learn from past mistakes. Okay, lack of direction. Okay, so we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Pushy, demanding. Who that sound like? His mama, overbearing, okay? Self-righteous. We have the Moon. We got some secrets here, okay, that are going to be revealed because they're holding back on something. And we have the Ace of Wands. So some news is coming. Good news, okay. We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So feeling left out in the cold turns to improvement, okay. It's the end of hardship and positive changes, okay. So Daniel seems to be looking forward, even though he's broke. He sure is feeling good when he gets some money. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, so releasing the pain, overcoming the depression. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, we have the Ten of Cups. The family is happy. And you know they kicked her off the property. The mama owns the property. Okay, I forgot to tell y'all that. The mama owns the property and she kicked that girl off. Okay. So we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So somebody's trying to escape ruin. That would be Daniel. He's trying to pull it together. Okay. He's trying to pull it together. We have the Empress in reverse. Didn't I tell you about that female energy? Okay, I had more cards than this, but okay. So this right here is insecurity, okay? Infertility, lack of confidence, and lack of growth. Immaturity. Immaturity. Okay, we also have the Eight of Cups. Excuse me. Is that the eight? Yeah, Eight of Cups in reverse. So somebody's walking away, okay? And there's a fear because it's in reverse, okay? There's a fear of moving on, stagnation, okay? He's feeling a little stuck, probably because of the situation that's going on, okay? And then we have that Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, the other one was seven. This one is eight. Busy, busy, busy. Busy, busy. Mr. Daniel is busy, busy. Hard at work. Busy, busy. Or making it look that way. We have Justice in reverse. So there's some karmic retribution. There's some injustice going on, dishonesty, okay? Lack of accountability. Here we have the Nine of Pentacles. So we have some success here. We have Lovers. Okay. So I find it suspect, okay, that's what the cards are saying, that Daniel is feeling so positive now that the kids are gone. I don't know how he was feeling afterwards because it wasn't, I mean, before then, because it wasn't an issue then. But what I'm saying is, we got these lovers, okay, upright. Okay, we got the Nine of Pentacles upright. We have the Eight of Pentacles upright. Okay, these money cards upright. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Release of stress. Okay, happy family. All this happiness, but the kids is missing. Okay. The tea, do we need, yeah, let's spill some tea. Because, yeah, he's just a little too happy. Okay. Can we spill some tea on Daniel Martell? Daniel Martell, the stepdaddy, okay, of Lily and Jack Sullivan, who are still missing. Can you spill some tea, okay, on this spread we have here? What do you want us to know? Can you do some clarification? Friendship test. Unfiltered truth. Attachment issues. Intrigued. Kitty little kitty cat. Unspoken tensions. Okay, he's got some tensions that are lurking below the surface. Temporary distance. So there's some temporary distance in the relationship. I told you she got the mom put her off the land, okay, off the property. So I don't know, okay, and this is saying that the distance is temporary. Confession. Okay, someone is about to confess their true feelings. Control issues. Okay, he has control issues. He guards his emotions so that he's not hurt. And the family ties. And I would think that would be the mother. Okay. Yeah, the family dynamics, okay, are influencing the relationship. And I would think that would be the dynamics with his mom. Authentic vibes, okay. So Daniel is feeling this girl here, okay, this girl. And it sounds like they both on drugs. So they got something in common here, okay? She didn't have 2 kids and then turn around and had a third with him, okay? Turns around and have a third baby with him. And he moves her in on the property. The mom's trying to make like she's so nice, okay, that she didn't moved out the big house and put herself in the camper, okay. Did I show you the house? Yeah, okay. That is, she moved from the frying pan into the fire. Shared experiences. See, that's them drugs. They have something in common. Okay. And testing limits. Facade of concern. So somebody's acting like they're concerned, okay, but they're really not. They just, okay, that might be I'm telling you, that might be his mama, okay, acting like she's so concerned, and she feels like, she said she felt like it was her fault because she heard the dog bark and she should have went out there and checked. She would have been able to stop this. That's what she said. Unmasking motives. Okay, so somebody had some motives, okay, behind these kids coming up missing. Okay, we also have trust the process. It's gonna work out. So trust the progress of his relationship. Okay, don't pressure. Okay, path unknown. Now, they don't know what path he took. See, the thing about this too is, I'm gonna leave it here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here, and I'm gonna do a quick true crime. Okay, do a true crime on this situation. But the thing about it is, okay, what triggers me on this path unknown right here, this card, is that they didn't have a lot of cell phone towers out there, okay? They don't have a lot of communication, okay, to go by as far as their cell phones. You see what I'm saying? So the communication that they do have is limited, okay? Let's just do some true crime. I'm just curious as why this deck fell out like that, okay? Let's do some true crime just to see what comes up on him. What can you tell us about this boy, Daniel Martell? Okay, he's the stepfather of the 2 missing children, Jack and Lily Sullivan, and he was apparently awake when the kids went missing, wide awake. When you think about it, because I think he was up cooking breakfast. He was wide awake. The kids went missing. What do you want us to know? Is there something you want to tell us about this gentleman here? Or about the situation? Let's take a look. Uh-oh, my cards are mixed up. Okay, we got a card in there. Okay, let's take a look. Intuition. Okay. Intuition. The intuition on this matter, on this man, okay, is probably correct. Or use your intuition. Use your common sense. We got aliens. High. Okay. That's my get high card. Burial. Okay. So this is Daniel saying burial. Okay. This came up when I did the true crime on the children, that they were buried. okay, or at least one of them is buried. Now, what I say? Drugs, cover up, fire, okay, and the landfill. Whoa. Don't tell me he didn't burn them kids up, okay, and stuck them in the landfill, girl. Put them in the garbage. And the garbage truck come and pick up the garbage and takes it to the landfill and dumps it. Devil. Crime of passion. And family. See? Now they ain't got them kids. Didn't I tell you they don't have the kids? It's just them three now. Okay? Now, I wonder, maybe he might have been pissed off that he was up cooking breakfast for her kids. She in the bed. Them is her kids running around, not his. Okay. Now, even though it shouldn't make a difference, okay, I totally agree, but it does make a difference with some people. And his mama probably talking mess, even though she acting like, oh, she's the caring mother, grandmother, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, she about, you know, them ain't your kids. Mothers do that. Let's continue. Okay. Accomplice and partner. Just like they both hiding something. Outer space. That go with the car with the aliens. That go with the alien cars. Outer space. Surveillance. Now they have looked at surveillance, okay, and they have surveillance showing all of them out shopping. And that's the only footage they have. The rest of it is his words or their words. Perversion and cult. And I keep getting these. I keep getting these cards. I keep getting the cult, the perversion, and the surveillance. Okay? Maybe they need to check some surveillance may be around there that they haven't checked that they may need to check. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that because it's telling me that they are on camera. They're on camera somewhere, okay? But if they don't look in the right place, because like I said, it's very scarce out there, okay? They may not be looking at the right camera, okay? See? So I'm gonna do the video on the mom, okay? On the his mom, okay, and see the energy that comes up with her. But this is different energy that I'm getting than I was getting the other day, okay? But it's not too far off. And this particular energy that I'm reading now, as you can see, these two, the energy is similar, okay, as far as the drugs, okay, and secrets, okay, something, hiding something, holding something, okay, not being truthful, something's up with that, and that's coming up on both of them. So what that tells me is they both know. They know, okay, not they suspect, but they know. They both holding out on information, okay, and he gets his little attitude from his mom, or his, you know, personality from the mom, okay, who's pretending like, oh, she's so caring, and oh, I feel so bad, and I cried, I feel like it's my fault, okay, if I would have got up, okay, they wouldn't have been missing, and woo, 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 okay. So I don't know. Give the video a thumbs up.
Okay. Anyways, again, so this is the reason why. So this one was particularly on Daniel. She does run on Jack and Lily and stuff like that. And the reason why I personally watched all of the videos is because I don't think it was probably how I see this case. Yeah, I know she says okay, woo woo woo, woo woo woo. Okay, the woo 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 is probably geared towards the aliens in outer space, but I think the gist of all her videos was a lot the same about and maybe it's more because I relate to it, because I feel still that, well, no, I mean the timeline, they screwed themselves over. Okay, their own words, they screwed over their own timeline. Again, there isn't making Leia a friend or Cindy at some point, unless they were all standing there going, thanks for the money, see ya kids, have a good day. A lot of what she says is that, again, similarities with cover up drugs. And like I said, this one was just based around Daniel insecure. So, and I'm not no psychologist, but come on, all right. Yeah, is that when somebody is a narcissistic person, regardless, a narcissistic person does not stand alone. It takes other disorders and stuff like that to be called a narcissistic. They're the ones that are the gaslighters. Maybe that's where the fire came in, gaslighters. But always behind these people, including Donald Trump, lies insecure people that need you to validate them. And so, my older sister, Paula, for instance, she's an absolute complete narcissist. She's like the Amber Turd of the Johnny Depp trial. They're so full of themselves. And I don't know, like Paula, my older sister, everyone always kept saying how beautiful she was, how great she was. She always thought that she was like better than all of us, that she was more beautiful, that she was more this and that. Absolute self-indulgent type of personality, just so obsessed with her looks, with herself, and what people thought of her and stuff like that. I don't speak with her at all. She crossed that line barrier many, many moons ago, and I can't stand her. Yeah, she's my sister. I wouldn't go to her funeral if you paid me to, because she is like the devil reincarnated to me personally. She is evil. She doesn't see herself that way, but she is evil. Daniel, oh my God, somebody better make a comment that says Sunny's talking about herself again, even though it's Sunny's channel. Some idiot's going to make that post. Sunny, why are you talking about yourself? Why? Go ahead, make sure that you're that idiot that puts that comment. And if you do, don't worry, I'll block you as well on there. I'm so sick of those idiots. But anyways, so Danielle Martell, like she says, like for her card reading. Remember, it's a card reading. Take it with a grain of salt, of course. But she says it talks about insecurities and stuff like that. I came across one of the biggest narcissistic persons I know online back, I would say, 9 years ago. Oh my God. Okay. Now I'm just going to call a spade a spade. This person was a 500-pound man, I guess we will call him. Anyways, somebody that exuded gaslighting, games. You want to talk about fucking game playing? So this person, I'll tell you right now. And I'm sorry, but like I said, you're 500 pounds, no offense, but you're 500 pounds and you're acting like you're a fucking 10 and you're playing these games. And I'm witnessing it. And I know what's going on because I'm not stupid. Right. And so he lives in a trailer, to be honest, now that I think about it, just like that. Like, I'm not kidding you. So basically, his own mom and that couldn't seem to take care of him. He ends up living with this guy named Randy in a trailer, just like that trailer, actually. Maybe a half a percentage better looking than that trailer. But anyways, so 2 years I thought that I was there to help him and fix him. Holy effing bomb on this one. Because honestly, um, that's what made me really look in to what these personality traits were like, because I didn't know that these people even existed. I was blinded by thinking that people were normal thinkers and that we all kind of thought the same way, like realistically on the ground, planted and stuff like that. No, little did I know, not only did it teach me a lot about the men that I chose, but the ones that I allowed to come into my life. And I thought that I was there to fix him. Fuck me. I literally had to remove myself from it, like what this person was, because he was doing me mental freaking anguish. And so Daniel Martell, from what I can see online, is a fucking rook at a narcissist compared to the person that I met and got to know through phone calls, through video, and shit. I'm telling you, holy, I didn't know these people existed. And so obviously this person, I'll call it, his name was Aaron, by the way. Aaron obviously had to portray a certain image online, especially, right? To, being mysterious, innocent, playing games, all this shit that he would do. And he was acting like somehow, like, I don't even know. He was acting like somehow that he could keep doing this. And I would sit there and call him out on his bullshit. Then he would stop talking to me for 2 or 3 days. Then the little freaking attachment leech would come back, right? And I would allow him to, and thinking, okay, there's a fucking purpose, Sonny. This guy needs some help. He needs to be fixed. Hell no. This guy could not be fixed, I realized. And I had to drain myself of that freaking ass poison. Now, Daniel Martell, he exudes to me personally all the signs of somebody that is insecure, that he has to use control in order to get a female, I guess, to stay with him. He has to act like he's the hero. Malaya's the zero. Basically, it's all about them, all about them. They're the best gaslighters, right? Storytellers, whatever. They're full of shit. And it's all because they can't fathom their true selves being shown, in a sense. So they have this mask, and which portrays like a narcissistic personality of somebody that is just a manipulative, again, insecure. That's where it stems from. It's like, so what? Did your mama love Justin more than you, Danielle? Is that where your freaking insecurities have come from, that made you feel like you are this powerhouse behind a computer, or in real life to Malaya, that you needed to control her, tell her what to wear, tell her who can visit, who can't visit? Now, I get the fact that Malaya still had choices to make, but I also know that we're in a relationship that we make stupid choices, which we do, because we're all about love, typically females, more so than the male. We're all about females, but when you're dealing with a narcissist, and Malaya, she is in the Pisces, which is very similar to Cancer. So I can see her, like I said, falling into these relationships, kind of like I was doing, and picking relationships that actually weren't healthy for me, but they were actually narcissistic personalities. And so Malaya has clearly stated about Daniel, his controlling behavior, that he held her down whenever she tried to call his mother, that he pushed her up a game or against a wall the one time. But I think that there's more going on than meets the eye. If I was to guess, I do feel like myself that Malaya was probably doing drugs at some point for sure. That would just be a guess on my part. Daniel, I think it's pretty clear that Daniel can deny it till he's blue in the face, and he can lie, and stuff like that. Like, what do you mean you're not doing meth, but you did methamphetamines and you did all that stuff? Dude, at the end of the day, all you've done these last 3 months with Jack and Lily's case is build yourself up, tell yourself how much you're telling the truth, and yet you're so inconsistent, and your guys' timeline is just a bunch of bogus BS. I mean, they do stack manure that high, people, just saying. I'm in sunny jail tonight. Grand, I'm seeing your comments, and mostly I'm choosing to ignoring some of them that I see. I know you're trying to like poke the bear a little bit there. That's all good, Gren. Sunny, talk about me. No, I'm not going to talk about you in your KFC bucket on there, by the way. But anyways, so Danielle has done nothing but play games, and all I see is an insignificant person that has insecurities, that hides behind a mask to build himself up, to belittle others, make others seem like that they're not as inadequate. But at the end of the day, you don't get by me, Danielle, whatsoever. It's very rare anyone gets by me when it comes to your personalities and your traits and why you're doing these things. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not even going to second guess myself on Daniel and his personality. It's so transparent. It just sticks out like a sore thumb. And even now, right? He's ducking and hiding because of that article that came out. Because guess what, you guys? No matter how much truth I try to tell, no one's believing me. I'm putting out all this evidence to you guys, and no one's believing me. Like, what's wrong with you people, right? Whereas Daniel ended up hopping on somebody's live or anything, right? Again, I don't want to hear any justifications from Janie, from Daniel. It's called bullshit is what it's called, right? You want to run around Facebook. Actually, in many of her readings, she'll say social media as well. Well, social media has been a thing that Daniel has implanted himself into with social media, but he wants to play a game. And again, you're playing a game at the sake of Jack and Lily. So my thing with this whole case, as my thoughts, is very similar to every video I watched by this lady here. I'll drop her thing again if you guys are interested in watching the other ones, especially of Jack and Lily, is that they both have knowledge. That the reason that their timeline is inconsistent is because they were trying to tell a similar story. But unfortunately, their dumbasses couldn't tell the story properly. And so maybe in their head, as they were telling it, they thought that it meshed together. But it's clear as day that their timeline doesn't mesh, right? Thank you.
Sarah, super chat, $2 Canadian and 79 cents. You're awesome. Thank you. Sunny, you need a KFC bucket emoji. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Thank you, Sarah. And I don't know what part people didn't understand where I said that subtitles were there to read if you couldn't hear it. I mean, I can read. Actually, I prefer it when subtitles are on, to be honest. Now, I had her as full blown. When I was listening to her by myself yesterday on my iPad, I could hear it. Well, no, that's not true. Some of them I could hear just fine. Other ones, I had to put it closer to my ear. So that's probably more true. So that's why I turned subtitles on. Okay. Because again, I do like it when subtitles are on, especially during like Wade and Tint's interaction there. Because it's hard sometimes, but I had this chick pumped up as hard as I could do it on there. No, it's all good, Sarah, right? I'm just a freaking, get that fake tarot reader off. Kiss my butt, Paula. Oh my God. Shit. Paula. That's my older sister's name, the narcissist. So I'm not shocked that that's your comment, to be honest with you on there. Again, you know what? I ain't forcing you guys to watch. I ain't forcing you guys to stay here. If this isn't something that you are even interested in at all, I'm sorry. Then, like I said, there's the door. Go walk to come back when we're not playing this clip or whatever. Each to their own. Let me put it that way. Each to their own. I do like substyles here. So again, if it's not your cup of tea, then just leave. No one forced you to stay here and watch it, right? It's only part of the show, right? You could have left at hello, whichever. But anyways, so the reason I play anybody is if I feel like there's some sort of connection to what I feel is happening in this situation on there. But again, I mean, like I said, usually whenever I play a tribute video, usually 100 people drop right away and stuff like that. Anyways, but going back to it, you need a neck fan. Oh no, I have one of those, and it's shit too. Yeah, it's shitty too, to be honest with you. So let me just go back to so my feelings again on this case is that I believe both of them have knowledge. I believe that Malaya blames Daniel for what happened to these children. We were introduced to possibly allegedly hearing a vehicle 6 times. So that would be 3 trips. But obviously there has to be time to, let's just, in my opinion, bury children or, plunk them in water or something like that, right? But hair gets stuck in them. You're right, Sarah. Mine was getting stuck in there too. Then I smelt some burning shit on there. No, I don't. This window can't have our window AC. No, I need a portable one again. That's what I need. But anyways, okay. So the timeline is crap, right? It doesn't make sense at all. You can't make sense of it. You can take their own words and logically pick it apart by just their own timeline. So checkmate to that bullshit on that one. There's no hope in hell of Malaya, Cindy, or this newfound friend that now allegedly put them in a vehicle. Didn't happen during that timeline. What's most realistic is that I still feel myself that Malaya blames Daniel. She left Daniel that next day. And like that Daniel, whatever drugs and whatever he was on, she wanted to leave that relationship, I think, multiple times as it is. But again, think about being a female. We get caught in these relationships and we might not do the best things for the kids or ourselves, but we stay in them, right? Guarantee you, Malaya did not want CPS coming to the home because she knows darn well that those kids would be taken into custody regardless. I think, personally, my own opinion, that Daniel did something to those kids and that he either gave them drugs, in my personal opinion, right? He either gave them drugs or did something to them. And I think that Malaya knows the truth. But if the truth were to come out, both of them would be facing hard freaking jail time, right? Along with losing everything that they valued, which obviously Meadow for Daniel. I just think that Lily and Jack were a big thorn in the ass. And I think that, again, that this happened during the nighttime. And I bet you any money it happened during those hours of 12 to 5 when this neighbor hears this vehicle. Now, remember, the neighbor, right, isn't the most upstanding neighbor, as we've already known, just by Janie and just by Daniel and, drugs and whatever like that. But he called in. He called in a tip on May 8th. Now, Kent says, well, maybe it's just for revenge by chance for Daniel, basically talking of, like, the neighbor with the anonymous post and da-da-da. I can't see that at all. I can't see that. What I see is 2 children went missing, that these games are being played by both Malaya and Daniel. But Daniel has been the most vocal, and his storyline and inconsistencies are just a bunch of honk of shit, okay? A freaking honker of crap. And so, again, you take their own words for their timeline. Didn't happen. There's too many inconsistencies there. I ain't buying all this crap of, somebody's memory. Yes, to a point. Not the whole damn timeline. How do you go from 8 o'clock to 8:30 and go, both of us have amnesia. I can't remember. It was really 9:40 to 10 o'clock. Okay? I wasn't fucking born on a turnip truck. I didn't fall off of one. And I ain't buying that shit worth nothing because it's bullshit, not true, in my personal opinion. Right, Janie? But anyways, I'm busy, right? Woo. Anyway, kind of like this lady because she was seeing a lot of the same things that I personally feel about this case, is that it happened sometime either Thursday or into the morning time of the Friday. Daniel, he's too busy trying to sell us his shit and bullshit, and then he wonders why nobody gives a fuck what he says basically anymore. Sorry, Daniel. Malaya to me is hiding the truth. I don't know how much of the truth her family knows. I believe that her family definitely has a good idea of what happened, or else they wouldn't have blamed Daniel for having something to do with the 2 children missing. And of course, Daniel, like a true narcissist, bring it on, bring it on. Come on, polygraphs, come on. I'm handing over my phone. I'm doing all this. Right. Of course, you're going to hand over your phone if your phone is sitting there the whole time in your trailer. Of course, you're going to do that. Right. Are you going to pass a polygraph test? Now, Malaya Brooks' side of the family says he did not pass. Now, we've heard Daniel say that he took it 3 times and that the first questions that were asked, regardless, was, did you kill Jack and Lily? Right, Daniel? Did you kill Jack and Lily? Did you pass it, Daniel? Yeah. Yeah, I did. You know, do you know if Malaya took a test? Well, I shouldn't say anything, but yeah, she did. Do you know if she passed? No. But let me just out Malaya yet again, right? Let me just sit there and always keep pushing it towards Malaya, when really, fact is, I believe Malaya, not only did she leave to protect her last child, which is Meadow, is that she was protecting them from CPS, from you, and she's not telling the truth to me because she's culpable of knowing exactly what happened. And but for the fact that she did that interview trying to mimic all the bullshit that you were trying to say about that silent glass door, you know, and who told who, you know, about hearing the kids outside. Daniel, you yourself said that you were barely asleep. So Malaya has placed you from 6:18 to 9:30 asleep. Huh? Fancy that, right? How could that be true? And then you said Lily woke you up. But if the kids are outside playing on that porch, or sorry, on that swing set, first of all, if you don't hear the door, let's just say hypothetically, crock of crap, if you don't hear that door, because it's not true. Because to me, it's not true. They didn't go out that goddamn door unless they were taken out there freaking dead already or alive. One of the two. Okay. Probably not alive though. Okay. But for mama there to sit there and say that she heard them on the swing set and you were barely asleep and your window's right there. You wouldn't have heard 2 children's voices out there yourself, Mr. I'm not asleep. And Janie, you're crock of shit with your freaking whole timeline too of chickens and Facebooking and all that stuff. Remember, Janie? You sat there and said that you could hear the kids. And Malaya said in her messages, Janie always calls when the kids get outside. But this day, she didn't call. It's because you guys are all telling a bunch of fucking whopper lies, right? Daniel says that Malaya is the one that pointed that the children were in the wood. That's not what Janie said, Mr. 10 minutes of coming out after Daniel's calling the name, Mr. 30-second up into the woods and back down again. You know, all these different versions about the phone. But Janie says, no, first thing I thought to do when I got out was go check the thing. Oh, you mean the thing that your son just checked a few minutes ago? The 30-second trip up there? Again, crock of shit, people. Okay. So I'm just calling it how I see it. It's my envision of what I see happening. I see 2 people that are culpable that know full well why Jack and Lily are missing. And I think that Malaya side of the family, again, they haven't been outspoken, but they're the ones that are accusing Daniel of having something to do with it. I just think that on top of that, Malaya has a part in all of this as too. And Malaya is trying to protect her own ass on top of Daniel's ass. And that's why Malaya's not saying the full truth. And Daniel, while he's just out here squeaking like a little fucking squawking bird going, why don't you guys, like a little fucking parrot, why don't you guys believe me? Why don't you guys? I'm telling you the truth. I even wrote this long novel to It's a Crime and Shame on how much I'm telling you guys the truth. That pink blanket, you guys, I, Daniel, right? Not only did I almost impale myself and kill myself 2 times searching for Jack and Lily that the world will never know, but I'm the one that forced Forensic to look at this blanket. Oh, by the way, I'm still the one that lied about it. But, you know, I said that it's got to have evidence on it. You want to talk about, again, if Evidence is planted this way, you go looking the opposite way, right? So when you think about this vehicle, I would think about it as looking an opposite way, kind of like in the Suzanne Morphew case. Plant that bike and helmet here this way, but really you're heading over this way where the true answers are. Now, this woman a lot says about burial, about water as well. I mean, your guys' guess is as good as mine. She also talks about multiple people involved. When I say multiple, we're talking about, in her opinion, again, for entertainment purposes only, that Janie, Malaya, Daniel, and possibly another person, you know, was driving some 5-speed vehicle manual that night, right? Daniel got a car from somewhere because his wasn't working. And it's not no ATV, people, but it's probably got no GPS on it either, right? I don't think Daniel's completely stupid. I mean, he looks like a complete fool online, absolutely. But I mean, even the dumbest people are smart some of the time, right? To leave a phone, right, Janie? Because you said you left your phone when you went looking, but clearly you answered a call at like, what was it, 10:26 or something like that. Anyways, so this lady was oozing pretty much a lot of the same things. And then that's why I showed her, because I like people that are at least grounded and within the theory of scope of what probably possibly happened to Jack and Lily, on there. I mean, granted, have I thought about Jack and Lily being sold? They were in debt up to their ass, right? I'm sure Malaya had spending habit problems with Timu. I think Janie does too, probably. It's so easy to spend it, so hard to make it on there. She probably did have some, some over shopping sprees going on, which I'm sure would cause conflicts as well. But at the end of the day, do I think that these children were sold? No. I mean, I've thought about it, right? Let's get rid of these irritating kids. But I mean, Daniel, you guys were making $1,900 until you didn't file your income taxes off of Jack and Lily, right? That's pretty easy money to handle, right? You should have just filed your damn taxes, right? Now that Malaya's not with him, I'm sure she's getting more money, to be honest with you. But anyway, so as for these children being sold or hidden, okay, hidden, no. Hidden, no. I mean, not like they're sitting on a reserve right now with Michelle Glasgow and sitting there, waiting for school to start. I don't believe that whatsoever at all, because somebody would have spoken up. As for hidden, being sold, nah, doesn't even seem realistic either. Why? Because of the digital tracking, right? I mean, we could all sit there and claim, oh, they were using burner phones, but they were being trafficked. This is something that would have been planned out, to happen over time and stuff like that. Nah, what I see here is Jack and Lily were a thorn in Daniel's ass, and the wall was crumbling down. And I just see it as the children being harmed, myself and my personal opinion on the property. Based on everything that's kind of coming out now. Is that theory, of course, willing to change? Absolutely. Again, no, they weren't no masterminds. And that's why they couldn't keep a timeline straight in the morning time. I know that there's a picture of the swing set that was taken. I think it was on the second or third. And then there's the other one with all the woods stacking beside that. Let me just quickly take a look and just see if that got answered or not. I don't. Okay. You know what? We'd have to go back and find the dates of those pictures, right? The one where there's the load of wood beside it, because I remember the picture that was taken of this swing set, like rather quickly. I remember that being. So we're gonna have to maybe take a look and see which article kind of came out first, because it would make sense if there was wood as they were doing a search of the ground, and maybe they were removing some wood piles, over there. So we're just going to have to check on that one. 3 trips wasn't an abduction. Well, it certainly wasn't, was it, on there? Um, but anyway, let's see here. You guys, I am so freaking hot. I'm gonna overheat. You know when you get so hot you feel sick? That's how I feel, to be honest with you. Even before I even called the squirrel. Oh yeah, I think so too, Hannah. Myself. Their timeline, like I said, they're trying to make us in the land of make believe. They're trying to make us believe all these on top of the inconsistencies. Um, Sunny, what's funny, funny, funny. I mean, I'm overheating myself because of myself today, obviously. Right, in the land of make believe. Oh, let's put Jack and Lily back up first of all. Actually, let's put this back up on. Oh, I am sorry if I blew out anybody's eardrums there. I had this on max because of the lady. I'm so sorry. I was just gonna let the things play, and I'm so sorry if I blew out your eardrums. My bad. Should have thought about that before I hit play. Oh, I was just gonna do it, so I was just gonna let it play on there. But again, right? Common sense is everything here, people. Okay. 8 o'clock to 8:30 does not equate to 20 minutes worth of time. You cannot justify me at all that you have amnesia between two people and that you were so distraught and shit. Did either of them look distraught, right? Beyond repair? Did either of them look that way? No. Even Belynda, when she was there with Malaya, right, seemed to lack some emotions, whatever. Maybe she was in shock. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I think it was all just an act to cover their own asses and all of this. But I still feel like Malaya blames Daniel for something that he did, and that she blames him for this. But she would have to tie herself into all of this if she was to actually tell the truth, in my opinion. But again, their timeline from 8 to 8:30, just the inconsistencies about Malaya being on the phone when she called, when the mom came out of the camper. Mom says 10 minutes later. Okay, it's all just a big ass joke to me. And again, their timeline does not support at any time Malaya, Cindy, or any friend put these kids into a vehicle unless they were all standing there going, "See ya, kids. You know what? We're just shipping you off to some cargo somewhere. And you know what? We'll see you one day again," right? Or that they were like, "Thanks for the money. 50,000, that should cover part that debt." Not seeing that happening. What I see is an absolute cover up of what happened to Jack and Lily. And I'm going to still be a voice about that because, again, to me, that's where the information leads. Unless people want to start telling some truth busters out there, that's still what I believe has happened to Jack and Lily myself, based on the bullshit and information that has come out, and then about a vehicle being heard in the middle of the night. I'm going to think that there's truth to that. Absolutely. I don't care if the person is shady as fuck, to be honest with you. A person that's shady as fuck is not going to implement themselves into a case unless they truly might sell drugs and stuff like that, but they want answers for these two children missing, because just because they do drugs doesn't mean they don't have a heart and stuff like that. But anyways, you guys, I'm going to leave it at that because I am 3 hours and 20 minutes into this live. Thank you. Thank you for Darlene for becoming a member. Thank you, Sarah, for the $279 super chat. Thank you guys for bringing this channel over 18,000 subs. Obviously, the goal would be to hit 20,000, as brings more awareness to the channel for the cases of the missing and the murdered. I gotta go. I need to go. It's 4 o'clock. I'd like to go down to the Derby and go spend some time near the water, because tomorrow we're going to go to the ocean instead, since my husband. But other than that, I want to go make a picnic for us all. Head out there, have some hot dogs and some chips and dip and stuff like that, and just get out of this apartment. It's too freaking hot on there. I'd at least rather be where the breeze is at. KFC, yeah. Don't forget that the coffee app is the KFC bucket o' chicken with a piece of chicken now, just for anyone that cares or doesn't care. Okay, so anyways, yes, I'm going to get out of here. I'll play this little piece of the video with the song of the new song. This is just a rough thing that I put together to remind people that you have up until the end of August to do anything with rocks or pictures and stuff like that. Oh, mind you, there's a person that did a painting I totally forgot about, to be honest. I was just kind of rushing doing this. But anyway, so with that being said, you guys, oh, Chelsea, you're still here? How are you still here? Anyways, no, thanks for all you guys do. Again, at the start of this video is about the article about the grandmother, of course, for the fight for Jack and Lily to call for a public inquiry into the children's disappearance. And could it have been prevented? You know, was there signs that were already ongoing? Probably. Usually happens. Could have, would have, should have, didn't. Right? Anyways, you guys have a great one. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. And thanks, Kent and Belynda, Chelsea. Thank you guys so much. Anyways, thank you guys all. Don't forget to hit the like and the share for Jack and Lily, please. Oh, by Rachel McDonald. Don't forget the new song.
In the woods where shadows lay, Jack and Lily went to play. On a rainy May afternoon, now we whisper hope soft too. Echoes of laughter fill the air, but where are they? We stand in prayer. Oh, Jack and Lily, where have you gone? We'll hold on tight through this endless dawn. In our hearts forever you'll stay. With every prayer we send your way. Hundreds